Keep it up.
Greetings and salutations, Dota fans. It is I, Badger, back for some more League of Lads Season 9 playoff action. It is an elimination best of 3 between Canoe and the Canoobs on the Radiant, and Metaverse Esports on the Dire. I am joined, as I tend to be when able, by the great, logical Dota. How are you tonight?
I'm doing good, Badger. You cut off the list this time.
That is because I have another person introduced tonight. I have Mr. Top 300, Mr. Almost DPC, the great brother of Andy Bendy. It is Rook. How are you tonight?
I'm chilling, bro. I'm hard chilling.
I'm not sure how
Actually-
long you're going to be here for, but I was told by you that you want to praise Sev, so here's your platform to praise Sev.
Well, I was hoping to do a draft panel and then be kicked off for poor behavior and conduct.
I will ensure that happens.
I love Sev. Sev's really good, and he's gonna carry his noob team. That was like his team is called the Canoe and the Canoobs, right? But really, it's like Seven the Noobs. I'm just kidding. Everyone on Sev's team is probably a really nice person. I'm just joking. I actually like a lot of players in this lobby. I hope they all have a good time and they really have fun with one another.
But it's going to be a rematch of a series we saw in the group stage. These teams are both in Group C. Metaverse won 2-0, if memory serves. And it's going to be very interesting to see what heroes we see selected. I mean, there's a lot of very interesting, very distinct hero pools. Look up at these players. We're seeing it already now. We see this Coddle being selected by Canoe and the Canoobs. A number of pro teams have been very high on Coddle. Amateur teams, especially Lads teams, haven't necessarily caught up, but what Canoe and the Canoobs have is Coddle players.
Dude, Coddle is such a good hero.
I was so broken.
They kind of picked heroes that are bad against Sand King, but they kind of picked two really OP heroes, so it doesn't really matter. A little sussy Sky pick, but I'm sure it's fine.
I like Skypick. I think Radiant just going for the
Well, I feel like
strategy, picking all the busted heroes.
Sky wants to play against ideally Sky wants to play against like immobile melee heroes, but like right now the enemy team has a hero that's 330 move speed level 1. They have what's presumably going to be a 325 base move speed hero that has a 10% magic resist talent. So like, I mean, Sky Sand King is really good, and those heroes are good individually, but it's kind of like, do you want to play Sky into Coddle? You know, like you might never even touch him if like, you know what I mean? I wouldn't want to play Sky into Coddle. Death Prof at least.
I wouldn't want to play Sky into core Coddle, but sub Coddle I feel like is food a lot of the time.
I think that's true, but it shouldn't be. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I know
like
because like glimmers and stuff and tranquil boots. It's
also,
hard to
but
catch
like
him.
Coddle should never be in a position to get hit by Skywrath Mage, like ever, because like Skywrath Mage, like Coddle's like a hero that always stands behind its cores, like no matter what. Like there's never a reason for Coddle to walk past its cores, and like Skywrath Mage like can't walk past its cores, so like how do they interact? You know, ideally, obviously if they get ganked in a side lane, and like they kind of have this thing where like the Coddle like can just push out every single wave, and like Sky's awful at finding Coddle, right? Because if Sky will try to just like walk into the woods on him and he gets hit by a blast and one TP is dead. But if Coddle tries to find Sky, he can just like click Q and then like walk back and wait 2 seconds, you know?
Yeah.
But obviously they just like I mean there's only two heroes on both sides. It's not really a big deal either way.
One thing that Sand King Skywrath do have is an immense amount of pick-off potential. I mean, Blink, Burrow, Arcane Seal, Mystic Flare. A lot of damage, so if you can say catch a hero like Coddle farming, very easy to kill him.
Yeah, they're really good at killing any hero past 12 minutes with a Blink Dagger at this point. They got a lot of damage already. And they still have 3 more heroes to pick, so they're gonna get some damage elsewhere too.
And there's a lot of heroes that Kong plays that can work out here. I mean, Gyro, hero he likes, unbanned. Lone Druid, hero he likes. We're seeing a lot more picking in the pro game, unbanned. So I'm curious to see exactly what kind of carry that Metaverse go for. It'll probably not being with that 17 pick if I had to guess, but we're not too far away from it. We're on our 10th ban right now, so we're coming on into that 15 pick.
What do you want to see here?
What for which team or just in general?
I don't know. Both teams.
I feel like both of these teams have very distinct hero pools, and their players are like they're not like spammers or anything, but I feel like they have the heroes that they're good at, and they like to stick with them. So I'd like to see some stuff from their pool. I think, as Badger mentioned earlier, a lot of the Kong heroes are still in the pool and pretty decent pickups. Like he likes Lycan a lot, and I feel like Lycan feasts on Radiant right now.
That'd be a very interesting pick. It's one of the ones that didn't come to mind for me because we're not necessarily seeing that much Lycan in Lads play, but Kong does play the hero very well, and being against a hero like that, who loves to be higher move speed than our opponents, playing it the Lycan actually could be a very bad time there.
I think Lycan looks okay, but it kind of feels bad to pick a 16, 17 because like there's a lot of offlaners that are still open that they could pick and that just kind of make Lycan carry feel depressed. Like Mars is open, Tide's open. I mean those two heroes alone, right? Because like let's say you pick like I don't know, let's say you pick like Clockwork, Lycan or something like that, and then they just pick like Mars, and then like you could try to like find the keeper and you try to find the death prophet, and then like you get Mars, and it's like oh, well like I guess I'm gonna die, and like my ultimate's gonna run out, and then like you'll be sad, you know.
Yeah,
I think if they wanted to pick Lycan, they shouldn't have banned. I mean, obviously we'll see what they want to pick, but if they wanted to pick Lycan, they should have banned different pause threes, because like there's too much AOE control available on 18 pick to make Lycan good. I mean, it's a kind of an insane Lycan game right now, but the problem is that at 18, like you can just pick a hero that like will trap the Lycan, and then they have Bane and they have Coddle to like slow him down.
It's actually a very interesting thing that they're already committing now to this DP core concept. It is almost certainly going to be a DP middle as well, just knowing these players. Sev, very competent Death Prophet mid player. I don't think Snow plays much DP off lane, so it's more than likely going to be this DP mid pick. So perhaps Metaverse even grab their middle laner right now, knowing it's likely going to be counterpicked into a DP mid.
What would you want, dog, if you were like picking your mid here against DP?
I'm really high on Lena right now. I think that hero has good DP matchup and is just pretty good in general.
Hmm. By the
Um,
way, this was a sick ET pick. ET's so good here. ET like scouts for both supports. It's really good at canceling Bane grip. Uh, it finds them. It like makes Death Prophet less tanky. Plug's interesting.
Kong needs to not be Lycan now, I think. I think the game's like too hard to play for games of this caliber unless Kong is some hero that can like hard carry the game. Some agi hero. Because I'm pretty sure it's gonna be Dark Pugna mid. And I think if you want to scale on that hero, you either have to beat everyone's ass and just like win the game in 20 minutes, or you have to like buy wacky items and do weird shit.
That is most definitely your Nara hero right there. Probably one of the real quintessential Nara heroes. You sit back, you farm, you win the late game. Number of carries and lads really like that, and Nara really is one of those players who really enjoys hitting of the creeps, and Dusa certainly does that this game.
It's an okay Dusa pick. This lane's actually really hard for Dusa though. I mean, they have a Bane, which is if this Bane is willing to buy a bunch of regen and just like tank everything for the Medusa, it'll be good. But Sand King Sky is a really strong lane into like slow heroes that don't have like ways to like kite back. Like it's really hard. It's just so much damage. Like if the Skywrath Mage like buys clarities and mangoes and stuff, and like they can actually cast their spells together, it's gonna be so hard for the Medusa. Maybe you're more hopeful about the lane though than I am, Badger or Dog.
Yeah, I think it's hard. Like it's high skill for Dire. I feel like if this was like pro teams playing, I would agree because they'll just beat the Medusa's ass at level 1 and level 2 while the hero's like really squishy and really easy to beat their ass. But I'm kind of concerned. I feel like Nero will just like play really far back in the lane and then he'll get some creeps denied early on, but then he'll be completely fine after like level 3.
All right, fair enough. Yeah, to be honest, I never really try. I never really assume a lane is won or lost in like lads or anything like that. You know,
Yeah,
the
yeah, I
lane is just
agree.
how the lane goes. Right, there's no point in overanalyzing it.
It is true. There's only really a handful of players in the league.
Except for the
who
lane
won games.
that I'm playing in. If
Oh,
if
yeah.
I'm playing in a lane, we're winning it every time, no matter the matchup. Otherwise, there's a problem.
Mr. Former. I mean, at this point, you are a former Lats player, though, not a current Lats player, sadly. So, no longer as
Yeah.
applicable as it would have been in the past.
True, true. PL and I like the CK ban. Radiant has 4 range heroes right now.
Whoa. Okay. I mean, I get the pick. It
This
makes
is
a
like
lot
the
of sense,
best
but
sniper
whoa.
game ever.
Yeah, they have no
Bro, this
catch
is
on
the
Radiant.
best sniper game ever so far.
Yeah, Radiant have to pick some fucking like crazy gotcha hero to win.
Dude, Radiant should pick Batrider.
Their offlaner doesn't play that, though.
No, oh well, I was thinking like send the DP off lane and like pick Bat. I mean, they kind of just have to pick Mars, right?
Yeah, they need. I feel like you need a fucking.
You need a blink hero.
Yeah, you
Like,
need a melee hero. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you need a
yeah.
blink hero, but they got 4 ranged. They got 4 ranged heroes. I don't know.
Dude, if
It's
they
like,
played Bat on mid, Bat could just be the answer to the sniper, and then everything else would come together so nicely. I think they need to pick Mars, bro.
I
Or they
think
need to,
Mars, yeah. I think
Mars is
Mars
like
makes too much
definitely the most
sense.
intuitive
I'm
hero.
actually kind of surprised they banned like Night Stalker over Mars, because like Mars can also just like arena and like not let the sniper hit anyone in the fight. You know what I mean?
Yeah, agreed. I think Centaur is a bait against Sniper. This is what I've heard. I've talked with some highly confident players, and they think that the lane is like so Sniper favored that it doesn't
Yeah,
even
it's
matter
really
that
disgusting. I mean, the thing is, the Night Stalker lane would probably be pretty similar. Um, no,
Sniper's just OP in lane.
yeah, sniper. Well, sniper is so OP in lane against like any of these melee heroes. Night Stalker is just so like. The thing is, sniper is so OP like levels 1 through like 4 that he gets such a big advantage that by the time like it would be nighttime, like he'll just be like level 6 and he'll like go jungle if he has to.
Yeah, I mean, you can have like treads and like range offs, and then the Night Stalker is fucked, so it doesn't matter. I don't like this Kunkka pick that much,
He should go.
but
He should go blink hex.
he should go. Yeah,
That's
should
bold.
go.
That's very bold.
Like, yeah. There's like no normal items you can buy to catch heroes like that on Kunkka. I think Radiant just have to do really well in lanes, and then Sev has to go chain kill people before they get BKBs.
I'm a big fan of the Metaverse draft. You guys all on the same page there?
Yeah. I mean, I would be a fan of the Metaverse draft, like, even just like like I think these 5 heroes together work pretty well. It's like a fuck ton of burst damage, Sky ET Pugna.
To
That's
be
on top of
honest,
burst, right?
I think that Mars could have really ruined Dyer's game. Cause like just think about it, like if you like arena, like sniper like never like sniper is like not gonna like ever interact with that. And then you have a way to kill him. And then I think that but like as it stands right now, I'd way favor Metaverse to win. Maybe they just know that the enemy team doesn't play Mars.
Because they do play Mars. Their offlaner's a major Mars player. It's one of the top 3 or 4 heroes. That's why I'm surprised they didn't pick it.
Oh, I see.
It's well, what it's DP offlane, right?
Yeah, it is. It's DP offlane,
Yeah.
Kunkka middle here. So, Rook, my question.
Yeah.
Is it on my terms or on your terms that you're leaving?
I'll dip out now.
Alright, thanks for coming on, Rook.
It's
Appreciate
on
you coming on.
mutually agreed terms.
You're right, it's mutually agreed terms. And you have a great night, Rook. I'll see you
Alright, you too, guys. Catch you
later, I'm
later.
sure. But now it is just me and Logical, I believe. We're coming on now into game number 1 of Canoe and the Canoobs taking on Metaverse Esports, and you know, we like the game, we like the draft for Metaverse. Metaverse had the win in the regular season, so Metaverse certainly will be the favorites in this game, but it is playoffs time. Anyone can win. And if you are Canoe and the Canoobs, I mean, this is a team whose core has made the grand finals of Season 6. They know what it is to have a deep playoff run, so you never know what might happen here.
Yeah. Their series was pretty interesting as well. Recap in case anyone missed it. Game 1, Metaverse like super crushed them. Dark on a rampage 15 minutes in the game on TA. It was like 800 GPM or like 800 900 GPM XPM. They like super crushed the game. But then game 2, it was looking like the same story at the start, like the first 15 minutes ish, but the game got like really messy, and Metaverse only won in like these scramble team fights where anything can happen.
It's one of those things where scrambled team fights are cool and all, but it's a lot less reliable to win a scrambled team fight than it is necessarily to be, say, ahead by 10k at minute 20. It's a lot more reliable to just be ahead than it is to have the team fights.
Yeah, it's. I mean, they were like ahead, but then the what's it called? But then they just did a little bit of throwing, and yeah, and then the enemy cores have items and it becomes a little bit harder to fight into them. And then at that point, when you take those fights, it can get messy.
It seems like mostly everybody is tagged up their way we're going to be calling them tonight. We'll be calling Vesa Kong tonight. We'll be calling Aaron Nera. It is Nera backwards, so that explains that one. But for now, it is a Nightmare on BMTS in the Radiant Jungle. He will survive. They'll take a good bit of damage from the Bane and the Deuce combination here. He doesn't die here, right? He
This is
doesn't die.
pretty unfortunate. The Bane. Okay, I like this play to go beat up the Medusa like before the creeps meet. I think it ends up going really poorly for him though, especially because he started with such low regen. Like he's sending Salve Tango on the courier right now, but it's gonna get here pretty late. This lane's like already kind of hard for Dire. I think they already kind of botched it.
Y'all in on damaging the mangoes, but now he may just
He's
die
dead.
right now.
Yeah.
Nightmare, Mystic Snake, that'll do it. First blood drawn by Nera. And Canoe and the Canoobs off to a fantastic start in this bottom lane. We were mentioning some of the volatility of this possible Sand King Skyrath into Dusa lane. And if you're Dusa, you are so happy right now.
Yeah. Do so with a good lane can be really annoying to kill this game as well. Like you have the sniper matchup, and the sniper matchup's good the entire game. But if the sniper has like a meh game and the Deuce has a really good game, then occasionally it just like won't even matter. You're just such a tanky beast that you don't mind. The sniper just peeps you.
And then we have not mentioned this mid lane too much. See, top lane Sasquatch might go down. It'll be very close. And first, see, it's second blood now. It's another kill. First kill in this top lane for Snow and Artorias. And Metaverse, they're off to a very rough start right now.
Yeah, this top lane's really annoying to play. Actually, I think the Radiant top lane is actually like one of the better lanes you could get against a sniper. It's really obnoxious to play against these two spamming ranged in heroes. Like these Illuminate Blasts and Crypt Storms are I mean look at that. That's
A lot of damage.
yeah.
And so far,
Speaking of
Sasquatch
mid
has
lane,
done a good
though.
job of distracting the two of them, but eventually he just dies. That's still not good.
Yeah, and it's like it's hard to distract them because all their spells are big ass AOE's as well. Like Illuminate, normally you're hitting the wave and then a hero. Sasquatch is
He is in danger. Stomp will hit on the DP, but it's canceled by the shrapnel. Now it's Kong instead tanking the damage. Will Fairy Fire, Sniper, DP low, Sniper low. DP will die, Sniper will survive, it appears. Luminance up in 4, but Kong will be fine. Now it's Metaverse also on the board, so that is a much needed kill there for Kong and the Sniper.
yeah, for sure. That's very nice for him. The faster that he can get to this, like the faster that he can get to his HP items, like finishing treads. I assume he'll buy raindrops at some point. It's gonna be a lot nicer for him.
I'm just curious,
Okay.
what are your thoughts? Do you think raindrops are OP right now or no?
Yeah, are raindrops OP? I don't know. I feel like that's hard to quantify. Like what would be OP about them? I feel like
I've
they're
heard a lot of
eternally
people
OP.
say it's OP though. I'm not sure if it is OP. People have been saying it's OP, so I'm not sure where you fall on that raindrops opinion right now.
I mean, raindrops have always been a really good item in Dota. I actually can't think of a single time where people were like, raindrops were bad. Ever since the item came out, I feel like it has always been a very good item. Occasionally, just like depending on the situation, but in most situations, it's pretty good. I mean, yeah, sure, raindrops are OP, but raindrops are OP. Same way boots are OP or clarities are OP. That's my take.
I think we are seeing more BMTS versus Flash Canoe action in the Radiant Jungle. The sleep ends though, so Torrent will not hit on Skyrath Mage. BMTS will run in the trees away from the Bane, leaving a straight 1v1 in the bottom lane once again. Dusa on Sand King. But so far, Dusa having a good time. 19-7 CS versus Sand King 17-0, so he's certainly winning that lane right now. He's up by a full level on Dusa over Sand King right now.
Yeah, I mean, after the level 1 goes awry, then it's pretty smooth sailing for Dusa. Especially because it's hard for the SK or the Skyrath Mage to trade into the Bane, and so they can just split the lane into two 1v1s, and it's really difficult for the Sand King to do any pressuring.
Speaking of the Knives, though, mid lane right now, Look at our man Dark. He is 27 and 10. That is a lot of denies. Kunkka, he has good last hits. Huh.
That's funny.
What being died on?
I think he wanted to die by the way that he was playing. I'm not sure why, but I think he wanted to die.
Alright, he has chosen Death, and Death has been granted. Over the top lanes, another 2v2 fight. Lumina comes in, it will bring... No, it doesn't! The damage not enough! But Kong still dies to the DP right-clicks now. They turn to Sasquatch on the ET. He's running away, has no mana for Stomp quite yet, but will still survive. Overall, though, great trade for Canoobs in the top lane. Back to bot lanes, Jakku being gone on by Nair and Flesh Canoe. Radiant have a Sentry Ward. They see Jakku, but he's juking around the tree. Salve is popped. They will now cancel it. Snake comes in. Jakku is very low. Canoe has Brain Sap level 1. He'll hit it, but needs 2 more, I believe, to get this kill now. But Jakku's too fast. Too much moves. He walks away from Canoe, so there'll be no death on the Sand King, but still. Good trades across the map for Canoe and the Canoobs.
What MR is Flesh Canoe?
I think he's like 6,800 or so. For the mid lane, it might be a kill on Dark. The boat is dropped for Sev's a 2-man stun on Pug and Skywrath Mage. So Sev actually survives. Now goes on Dark, and the Timebringer damage brings down Dark. Sev, in the 1v2, brings down Dark, and the 3 tips come out.
That's pretty funny. That was unfortunate for Dark. We haven't talked about this mid lane at all, but generally it's pretty Pugna favored because Kunkka can't do anything if you like decrep him. Because all his shit's auto attacks. Sev's gonna get another kill.
One more kill for Sev. BMTS tried to finish what Dark couldn't, and well, he still couldn't get a kill.
Yeah, Pugna can just like deny a lot of creeps because pretty much whenever you decrypt the Kunkka, you're gonna guarantee a couple of denies, and that's what happened throughout the entire laning phase. But after the laning phase ends, it's Meshup kind of turns. It's pretty good for Kunkka. It's quite obnoxious for Pugna to play against X marks the spot.
Yeah, you were asking about Canoe's MR. I want to say he's like 6'8" currently. He was 7K at one point, but he's like mid-high 6K right now.
I only ask because I think some of his play has been suspect, but at the same time some of his plays have been really good. So I was confused. Like the thing that he did level 1 where he just like snap skilled Nightmare and used Nightmare on Sky. I think that was really smart and only worked because he like did it very quickly. But at the same time, looking at his skill build now, he's 1-1-1 on Bane, so I don't know what to think.
I mean, Canoe is like, he's not the biggest madman in Lads, but he's like top 10 genuinely most insane people in Lads. Like, he has got a really interesting view on Dota. I've talked to him a few times. He has a very interesting evaluation of the way Dota's played.
Yeah, I mean, I could believe it, but just like, look at how Brainsap scales until, I'm not sure why he doesn't have the second point at level 3.
Yeah, maybe we'll have to ask him later if they win.
Anyways, he's like playing pretty fine. He's secured the lane for Adusa, so I can't flame him too much.
I'm surprised Deuce has... I guess it's one of those things where I'm looking at the mid laners last hits and they have 60 last hits. It's like, oh wait, it's mid lane CS inflated by small camp. They're not real CS versus Deuce has 38 real CS, you know?
Yeah, I mean, Dusa is like not that crazy farmed either. Nair's doing pretty well, but he's kind of just been holding the lane. Like, he's kind of just been static laning. Pretty much, like, until right now. I think these are the first jungle creeps he's hitting. And so, he hasn't been super maximizing his farm. He's choosing to play it safe instead.
Top lane, BMTS was run down, but now Dire want vengeance. They want the Death Prophet, perhaps. Snow is juking in the trees. Everlast will miss over. To keep her the light, he will actually turn onto Elder Titan. The boat arrived from Kunkka. Down goes Sasquatch to the Tidebringer damage. Now it's Dark. Alone, isolated in a 1v4, trying to juke in the trees. He's half HP and dropping rapidly. Siphon, Illuminate, Enfeeble, more than enough. Down goes Dark, and they want one more kill on BMTS. A second kill in one fight on Skywrath Mage. Solarbind will hit. He'll bring down Bane with him, but Radiant are diving for this kill. Sky will throw drop, and they move to Kong, who's very low HP. He'll bring down the DP before he dies with Sniper, and Sniper T is still alive. Illuminate brings him down, and now it's a stop there on the Kunkka. Kunkka will try to man fight, but he'll die to that shrapnel damage. Down goes the Kunkka. Wild fight in the top lane. I want to say that was 7 total deaths up there, and that's... I'm not even sure who that's good for anymore.
That is... Yeah. I'd say it's overall net positive for Radiant, but I think you're happy to take a fight like that if you're Dire, just because you're like so far behind. Now the kill score looks at least a little bit more even. I think it was 7-2 before that fight. I think Radiant, you got the kills on the heroes that you wanted to get the kills on. Like when Sev died, which Sev is currently the most farmed hero, most important hero in the game. He died to the tower right click. So, like none of the cores really got anything out of that, even though Sev did die. On the other hand, Radiant, uh, yeah, they got a lot of the last hits on the core heroes.
Poor Sasquatch, he is quite literally in a 5v1, and he does not win it. He does.
Yeah, I mean, he's trying to play in the top lane area just to delay this tier 1 tower dying, but it's a pretty good play for Raiden to just bring a lot of heroes, like over rotate, just to push whoever it is that's defending this tower away. It's like it's surprisingly difficult for ET to defend like this, because this hero, you can like drag creep waves with Astral Spirit, kinda, like you can drag them off the tower, but you can't actually kill the creep waves very easily. You have to stomp them like multiple times or hit them a lot, but you can't really hit them if you're in that kind of a position because you're supposed to be scared all the time. Well, BMTS looks
Will be a power trade parlayed into a kill on BMTS. Sasquatch had a stomp, but that did not save the Skywrath. Overall, though, both teams' safe lane T1 towers go down. Nothing too surprising. Thanks to Artorias, the Radiant side mid lane T1 is still alive, which actually is very nice. You see a lot of times you play these Pugna lanes, and the T1 tower is dead by now, but mid 11, it's still alive.
It's a super impossible. Ooh,
Blink Burrow
nice
from Jakku, epic to fall onto the DP. DP is low, and DP will perish. In comes Boat, next mark there on Sand King. Sand King is slow, still alive. Grip comes in on Dark, but in comes Kong. He cancels the grip. Dark will turn. Snow, dead. Flesh Canoe, dead. Artorias on the run. The Burrow into a triple kill for Dark, and now they'll die for Sev. On the Kunkka. Kunkka has Torrents and Phase Boots. He's trying to run. He's disarmed by Dark. The sleep from Sasquatch will keep him in place. In come the Cavalry. It'll be a 4v1. Mystic Flare dropped. Kunkka low. Kunkka life drained. Kunkka dead. Ultra kill for Dark. And Metaverse, well, they are now online. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, they really needed that. I think Dark needed that mentally more than in-game also. He just got like 2k gold from that fight though. So, it's kind of back into this game. I'd say before, he like pretty much incapable of scaling really well because he was kind of just like trading his kills. He wasn't farming that much. He has 2 deaths. But now he just got that big net worth boost all of a sudden, and he can actually buy some items. Maybe he'll buy Boots of Travel and farm some more.
Actually, a very important TP by Nara during all of that. They scanned them top lane on Dire. They knew where Dusa was. She was TPing, but the Sand King was just not in range to blink Burrow. Had Dusa have died there, this would be a disaster for Canoobs.
Yeah.
Instead, though, it'll be a Blink Burrow onto Kunkka mid lane. Kunkka is dropping, and the Assassinate will not bring him down quite yet, but Shrapnel damage will. Radiants have 3 heroes nearby. They're looking to perhaps illuminate out the Dire team, but Dire, they are unrelenting. They are pushing this middle T1 tower. Jakku is Blink Burrows. They are on 2 on both Radiant supports. Mystic Flare dropped. Canoe is half HP. They want both Bane and Skywrath Mage. Skywrath Mage will bring down this Bane, and now they turn to Artorias, who gets away in time. Exo is popped, bringing down Sand King, but Dire want to end the Exo. Problem is, DP is quite tanky. She'll Tumbler's Toy forward, siphoning on Sasquatch. Sasquatch, he's on the run, trying to run to his T1 tower. DP, plus the Illuminate, the damage is not quite enough yet, though. Shrapnel will slow. Sasquatch gets away, so ends up being a 1-for-1 trade. Bane for Sand King.
Okay, that was unfortunate for Dire, but they did get an EXO out of it, so maybe they can try to use this opportunity to take a fight now. Nara's TPing out again.
It's 2 good TPs from there. I mean, that's 2 likely deaths saved by 1 handy 100 gold item. You know what's logical?
Oh, yeah, I remember what I was going to say. Yeah, all the Radiant heroes should buy cloaks, except for Dusa, probably, but the only, like, Dire's only play this game is to Burrow Strike people into Skywrath Amp plus Pugna Amp plus all their magic damage.
Speaking of that exact combo, they use it on Kunkka, who is still, I think, to a defensive nightmare. Sev is being run up by Jakku. Grip comes in from Flesh Canoe. It's now canceled by Sasquatch. In comes the Splitter. The damage is huge. It's 1-for-1 trade so far, and they want the DP. Siphons are active. Jakku might drop, but it will be an exchange for the DP. DP drops. It's a 2-for-2 trade there. Skywrath Sand King for Bane and DP. The damage on Kunkka was immense there, and that was without the decrep for Pugna.
Yeah. I mean, that's Radiant's old. This is what they're playing for the entire game. They have Decrep, they have Ancient Seal, they have Natural Order, and they're just trying to kill heroes. Mostly on Burrow Strike, but you don't need to like stun all of these heroes for them to die. Like these heroes don't have any instant escape kind of spells, so a lot of like the supports and even the Kunkka, if he's like too out of position and gets silenced, these heroes can just like straight up die. Dire does so much damage. They can like easily melt the Dusa even.
Here we go again. Time for some more melting. They see Dusa on an obs ward, I believe. Dire. They actually re-smoke for more heroes in the smoke. They're under a Radiant odds, but it's Pops. Flesh Canoe has saved his Dusa perhaps, but Radiance, no, they will not get Dusa away. Dire have eyes on the prize. Assassinate from long range. Dusa's out of mana, but Dusa is still alive. They now turn to Bane, the man who broke the smoke, saving the life of Medusa. One valiant death there. It might be in exchange for Skywrath Mage, who is somehow on the cliff right now. Thanks, I believe, the Keeper of the Light, Blinding Light, and now BMTS will drop, but in comes the Epi. The Burrow, the silence is there in time, but Snow is just too low. Down goes the DP. They'll move to Artorias. Burrow's there on one. The Decrep, the Shrapnel, the damage. It is moderately high. And now it will be a death on Keeper of the Light. 3 kills in exchange for 1. Sure, Dusa survived, but her stack might not. Canoe wants the creeps, but Nara has arrived. Blink Away is in time, and now Stomp will stop and stun the Kunkka. The Dusa is unslept, however, and now Dire will run away.
Okay, I mean, game's just got Dire's favor right now. They have a fuck ton of momentum. They're just... I think this is like a really easy way to play. It's like very natural to just run around and try to nuke heroes with this insane damage. And yeah, I think that like a lot of times you can have communication issues if your game plan is too complex, but I like what Dire's doing right now. They're just going because they do a fuck ton of damage if they cast their spells together.
It is Grip coming in on Jakku, Illuminate as well. Jakku is actually somehow barely alive. He's got 50 HP. Illuminate is up from longer range. It will be off the mark though. And now, Keeper of the Light is slept by Sasquatch. Sasquatch wants to man fight with Artorias. It's not going to work. Both will mutually agree to walk away. And as a result, the team fight will be over.
Oh yeah, another thing I wanted to say, Radiant desperately needs a Glimmer Cape. I kind of really don't like this Ags pickup by Artorias here, because I think there are so many utility items that could do so much more for his team right now. Being able to have, like, I might as well be global with this cast range from Spirit Form, but being able to have insane cast range Glimmer Cape, as, yeah, I mean, that's just, like, so necessary for his team right now. And he doesn't even have it queued, which I think is a mistake.
Seems like he's thinking team fight ulti over the more utilitarian items, and well, you mentioned the value of just say picking up a casual cloak on 4 different Radiant heroes, so clearly having that magic resistance is on your mind right now.
Yeah, but that's like that's Dire's only win condition. So if you're able to not just like get as bursted by the magic damage, then you're gonna win the game guaranteed. Your Deuce is just gonna carry.
Link Burrow mid lane, they are on Sev. Sev is low, and Sev 2 is dead. One more kill for Metaverse, and well, for the first time all game, I believe they're up in kills. Yeah, this is the first time all game they're up in kills, and they'll move this well over to the Bane, who was caught on the west side of the river by the Roshan pit. That's one more death there, and well, mid T1 tower at long last. It is time to die.
I feel a little bit biased casting this because I'm not trying to just like flame Radiant, but in the same vein that I don't like the Ags on Coddle, I think the Orchid on Kunkka as well might be a missed opportunity. I like that he has the BKB queued now, but I think that it would have done Sev a lot better if he just went straight phase BKB.
It's not your job to be neutral, it's your job to be analytical. If you don't like what they're building, then you don't like their building.
Now I have to do some flaming for Dire.
Go for it.
Give me a second. They probably fucked up, but like you see, they like I can't say anything bad about them because their game plan's so simple. Look at that! Oh my god, they're
speaking of a simple game plan, they don't get the DP quite yet. She had the Yules, but in comes Epi, in comes Earth Splitter, down goes Snow, down goes Flesh Canoe, down goes Artorias. They move to Sev. Orchid will stop the Sand King for now, but it's already 3 dead. Radiant, they're on the run, tail between their legs, and well, it's 3 more dead, and in Metaverse, they are in the driver's seat, and they are rapidly accelerating right now.
I mean, what Dire is doing isn't particularly hard. They're just kind of sticking together and casting their spells. And obviously, it's like easier said than done, but I don't think they're like particularly super outplaying Radiant right now, but Radiant's like execution wise, I don't think they're playing that much worse, but their gameplay is so much easier that it makes all of them look so good. Like, I mean, they're all casting their spells in unison, and I mean, truthfully, they're all just like fucking mashing their keyboard on whichever hero gets hit by Burrow Strike. But it looks really good.
That's a very viable strategy, though. You know, mash your face across the keyboard, run it down lanes, gank squad, and well, they're running the train right now. It's even though it's a less than 1k lead, it just feels good for Metaverse. But maybe it's time for the Canoobs to turn it around. They've smoked up S4, everyone but Dusa. Looking at their vision, they see ET and Pugna. Big jumps if they can get it. Dark blinks away in time. Perhaps Sasquatch might die. It is Will-O-Wisp and X-Mark there on Sasquatch, but in comes Grip as well. There on BMP, it's canceled by Jakku. So Sasquatch will die. It will be a trade for the Bane, though. So it's 5 support, 4-5 support, and Dire still want to fight. They're running forward. Though it appears still Canoobs will get away this time.
Yeah. Decent kill. That was actually pretty good showing from the Will-O-Wisp there. It was pretty much acted as a stun against that ET. I think in these team fights though, they're going to. Okay, so Albino Zebra 1, I asked him about
Oh,
Coddle.
big jump bot lane. Hold that buff. Mystic
that guy,
Flare,
yeah.
Decrep, Ancient Seal. Oh my, the damage. It's very high. And you were mentioning about AB1.
I was asking him about Coddle because I thought, I mean, the hero stocks have been rising a lot recently. It like got a lot of popularity very quickly, so I asked him if he thought it was broken. And then I also asked him if he thought Ags was bad, because I also thought Ags was bad. Oh, and Artorias is dead.
But speaking of Coddle, he is dead. DP will get away, it appears. Or perhaps not. The Yules comes in from Sand King. He'll Yules the Sand King in air by himself, but it will not save his life. 2 more deaths there.
Yeah, and he agreed with me that the Ags is not really that good of an item on Coddle. I mean, first and foremost, because you can buy a lot of utility items like Forest and Glimmer, Vessel, and these items just do so much with extra cast range. Additionally, he said it's because the counterplay to Will-O-Wisp is the enemy team pops their drums and they just all hit it, and because every team pretty much buys drums nowadays because of Boots of Bearing. The item is so popular. So I think that in these team fights, whenever he drops the Will-O-Wisp, Sasquatch can just drums and then Kong can hit it from outside the range even. And it'll only get like 1 flicker if they're really fast about it, but most likely they'll get like 1 or 2 flickers.
Or the bottom lane, they see Flesh Canoe, the Blink Burrow, Mystic Flare. Yep, that is 1 more dead Bane. And it's one of those things where I know the way Artorias evaluates Coddle, he's a big fan of the Ags. It's one of those things where I think there's a quote from him at some point where he wants to build it 100% of the time as his first item, so I guess he is sticking to his guns, but perhaps his guns may be faulty this time around.
Yeah, I mean, I think the Coddle meta has definitely evolved past Will-O-Wisp. I mean, there was like a long period of time where this hero was just like, you picked it for Will-O-Wisp. When it was the ult, you picked it for Will-O-Wisp. When, what's it called? Like when the Ags first came out, you picked it for Will-O-Wisp just because, what's it called? It was like still asleep then, and then, what else was it about it? Yeah, it was like still asleep back then, so it was really strong. But now, I mean, you're able to reduce the cooldown on yourself, on the ability with Chakra Magic, but yeah, I think, the game has just kind of developed and now they're better routes. I think I've been flaming the Ags too much though.
What can you do? Over the top lane, Dire smoke through towards the Radiant Track camp looking for heroes, but they find nobody. If they can head into the tree farm, they might find a hero, but they will not find him. Instead, they will just farm the Radiant side track camp. Perhaps they'll think about Roshan in the near future. It is still alive at minute 23, and I guess Dire's Roach take isn't that great. I mean, we mentioned their bevy of magical damage.
They can nuke the shit out of the Roshan.
I can see, I mean, usually nuking the shit out of Roshan not a viable strategy, but I guess when you have that much magic camp, it is viable.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, Roshan also, like, over time, Roshan has lost its magic resistance. I'm pretty sure. It used to have, like, 50%. Maybe it has 50%.
Bottom lane, Burrow, Arcane Seal, Mystic Flare, surprise, surprise, down goes Nara. That was a lot of damage, but apparently there's not enough HP in the world to save Nara right now.
Yeah, I mean, that's also like a really big deal. I was gonna say, Radiant's win condition is pretty much all reliant on this do set now. I think before, you know, maybe like first 10 minutes when they're winning commandingly, you play with the other heroes and they could kind of use their spells together to catch heroes. But now they definitely lost that timing. and they just have to rely solely on the fact that Dusa has a lot of money. It's not a good Dusa game though. Like this hero is just gonna get smacked by a sniper in these team fights. And as long as Kong's farming at like a decent pace, he doesn't even have to be more farmed than the Dusa. But as long as he makes some money, then he's going to outcarry the Dusa, just because the matchup is such a counter pick.
That's one of those things. I don't think we have necessarily mentioned that heavily in the draft, but Sniper can very easily outrange the Dusa. And usually Dusa, you either have equal range to your enemy, or you kite around a melee hero with Scotty, for example. But this game, you cannot kite around a Sniper with Scotty. His attack range is gargantuan, so there is... It's actually a rare problem for Dusa is getting on another hero, because usually you don't have to care, but this game you actually do.
Yeah, I mean, Dusa is like a rare breed of hero that's a ranged hero that gets that you have to like kite, because I mean the hero is kind of slow, and yeah, you can't really like disable heroes for yourself unless they're running into you with Stone Gaze. So yeah, it's Sniper just like one of the most classical Medusa counters, I think, aside from the mana burn heroes like AM Nyx.
I remember for a while there was the Sniper Lone Druid build, where you would put the items in the main hero and you set Guidance in the main hero, and that was a lot of people's Dusa answer, but times have changed. Mostly a talent tree change, I believe, with that one, but we are seeing Jakku leading the way. He is hunting. They have a dire obs ward here, so they see two here. It's a two-man burrow on Kunkka and the Keeper of the Lights. Epi, Earth Splitter both grab the Bane instead. Besev is still fighting. BMT has entered the trade, but
Fight's kind of good for Radiant.
They'll be there on Sasquatch. There is another death there on Skyrath. Bane is bought back. Grip comes in on Sand King. It's not canceled quite yet. It's now canceled by a two-man stop from Sasquatch. Down goes Flesh New again to die back there on the Bane. Now, Sniper has arrived. He's cutting around Kunkka with BKB on cooldown. Dusa is there. Dusa's already low on mana. Dire. They have forced out one buyback in exchange for one of their own buybacks. And other than that, it is a 3-for-1 exchange.
Yeah, I mean, you trade buybacks, which is not phenomenal, but I mean, that's still a net positive fight for Dire. It looked really good for Radiant at the start, just the way that they were able to start it. Dire wasn't really able to chain their spells together because everything was disconnected. Still, though, it's just not enough. They're kind of low on damage now, just because they've been behind for so long, and they have this Dusa carry who can kind of run out of damage unless you're ahead. And yeah, I mean, these Dire heroes are like supposed to be squishy, but Radiant is just kind of struggling right now. So even like the supports are hard to kill. Skyrath Mage dies, but the ET is like super obnoxious to kill, and even though he ran in the fight, still weren't able to bring him down.
They almost catch the Keeper of the Light. Artorias will get slowed by the Assassinate and the Concussive Shot, but
He's half health.
she is half health, but luckily he still has half his health remaining. He will not die this time.
Radiant really need to get out on the map somewhere. They're gonna play this game where they just like sit on the high ground forever, and it might work because Dire gets bored, but like theoretically Dire can just farm the entire map forever and then like get the next Aegis. And then at that point, when they're 50k gold up, like Radiant's just gonna lose. So they have to smoke out of their base, or they have to make some kind of play. Okay, Sasquatch feeding, that's a good start.
That is one play. You catch Sasquatch doing a bit of warding and or dewarding.
You see his inventory? How long has he had that? Have we not noticed it, or did he just buy?
He's had been sparing for a while, but he has 2 sticks, which surprises me.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
So, what is the interaction if you have 2 sticks? Can you like get 20 charges?
You only get one.
Or...
No, you only get charges from one. And they share cooldowns.
You know, if Metaverse win, we're gonna interview Sasquatch. We're gonna ask him about the 2 sticks. I guarantee you. That's. I didn't notice the 2 sticks until now. I what can you do?
Me either. I'm pretty sure he got that recently. I don't think he's had that the entire game.
Maybe he was like in shop trying to buy something on the way out.
Yeah, I mean, he probably just bought it accidentally and then he wasn't able to sell it. Alright, he's about to sell it now.
I mean, it's one of those like shop hotkey things where it's like, you hit the wrong button on accident.
Oh, he brought it back into his inventory. He's just running with it? No, he sells it, yeah.
Wants 100 gold more than he wants those stick.
He upgrades to wand, yeah. I mean, like the one like funny thing, the one interesting thing is that you can potentially have more max charges. Because like if you start a fight on 21 charges, a lot of the time it can make your hero a lot more dangerous, or you can bait heroes. So like maybe there's the potential to start the fight with 41 charges, but that's like a little out there.
I mean,
That means they have to cast
cooldowns, though,
40
yeah.
spells. 40 spells have to be casting it. You have to like farm neutral creeps to cast spells on you if you want to get 40 one charges.
Dude, there's
That's
no
so
way.
unreasonable.
It's definitely not conventional Dota right there. I mean, it's more possible nowadays with the more neutral actives, but
Yeah.
it's still a very long ass. Maybe like a double Holy Lockets, because those generate their own charges, but still, probably not the play to just sit around and farm stick charges. We are sitting though with this first Aegis. They on Metaverse, they've had it for the last 3 minutes. They haven't done too much with it, but they are farming if nothing else. I mean, the graph would indicate they're slowly. Never mind, no, they're not. I was gonna say they're slowly gaining network lead, but actually losing network lead right now by doing this.
Yeah, I think they need to be more efficient about the way that they're farming. They're grouped together because that's what's got them here, but I think now they have to realize that Radiant is just not playing the game, and so they have to go farm everything to punish them.
Patience from the Canoobs. I mean, you mentioned 5-man sit in base, and more or less they've been 5-man sitting in base, waiting for an errant hero to show, and then jumping them. This is perhaps Jakku mid lane, who has been X-marked. He will have a Yules, keeping away from that X-mark for now, and Jakku will get away, so no kill quite yet, but Canoobs clearly are a little bit stir-crazy. They don't want to sit here farming literally 1.5 heroes for the next 25 minutes. They want to actually get a kill or two, but you mentioned it, Metaverse had map control, and it will be one more outer tower taken. Is that that top T2 tower going down, which means there are no outer towers left.
Yeah, they're gonna run high ground right now because the Aegis is 1 minute cooldown, and this is like a really big opportunity for Radiant. If they win this game, it's gonna be off this fight. Because this fight is not like 100% won for Radiant. Or for Dire, sorry. They don't have the 50k gold lead, they have a 4k gold lead.
And they have some decent high ground push with Sniper and Pugna, but we almost see death immediately on Sasquatch instead.
Dodge.
Now it's Nara turning, going on to Jakku. X-Mark will get dodged as Snow zones the remainder of the team away. Jakku is still the target. He's being kited by Scotty. In comes the grip. No cancel is there quite yet, and down goes Sand King. Artorias, Papua's there on 3. Sev is in. Her splitter dropped. Artorias dead. Both teams are dropping rapidly. Dusa, low. Sniper, low. But he has 2 lives. Kong, he's still fighting. He will lose Edis in exchange for the Kunkka, and now DP with the Exo is trying to fight, but he's just too frail. He will drop. In comes Dark, linking into the base, Dagoning down Flesh Canoe, and it's a 4-for-1 exchange. Khan will be forced to buy it back, and the base is still intact, but it is one costly defense.
Yeah, I mean, not for long, I think. Nara was able to make it out alive, though, so maybe Nara can just sit in front of the tower. It doesn't really work so well against Sniper, though. Yeah, I mean, he's got 4 stats.
Artorias, he just gave his life to save Nara, I believe. He had the 4th play Medusa, but in doing that, he die-backed. It's an exchange for Skywrath Mage, but Dire have all
That's
3. They have 3 heroes alive still. Now Nara is forced to run all the way to the fountain. But notably, where are the Dire creeps? They are not present. Sure, they're showing up now, but Radiant are respawning on DP and Bane. Melees, they're half HP. They're dropping. They will fall, I believe. But can Radiant get kills on the retreat? Stomp will hit on Nara, and now it is time to run. Range racks will be left alive, and Metaverse will be content with their gains.
Yeah, that's a nice play by Dire there. I kind of figured that they were only going to get 1 Rex, because the heroes do kind of suck at, like, hard killing towers. Pugna's pretty good at sieging towers, just because you can nether blast them, but Pugna's not a hero that just, like, melts towers. Yeah. Oh yeah, Sniper has a full data list. This build is actually psychotic from Kong, but his team's winning so hard that it's not too big of a deal.
It's a lot of all in on doing
What's
damage.
Up? Sorry, what'd you say?
I mean, it's a lot of all in from Kong on just doing damage. But apparently, if you just don't die, that doesn't matter if you have HP.
I can't hear you better.
Wait, what? Can you not hear me?
I couldn't hear what you just said. Can you say it again?
Okay, it's one. I mean, we're looking at Kong's build right now. You mentioned it. He's really all in on the damage right now. But I suppose if you just don't take damage, you just can't die, right?
Yeah, he does a lot of damage, and I mean, we talked about it in the draft. Radiant have 0 catch, pretty much, or they have 0 like initiation on this Sniper. Kunkka is like kind of decent catch, especially early on. Kunkka's a really OP catch, but they have nothing to kill the Sniper. And I think if he has the BKB, he can't
there
die.
on 3. In comes Burrow on Coddle. Can Radiant win the fight? Coddle is low. Earth Splitter dropped. It is dodged on 4 heroes. Now Radiant want the ET. Sasquatch is low. Sasquatch is silent. Sasquatch will die. Dagon will hit on Snow, and he might
nice
stop a Coddle right now. Burrow comes in. If Kong is being kited around by Bane and Dusa, they want the Sniper so badly. Pour in the air. Sniper's low. Sniper is dead. They bring down the big bad Kong, and now Dark will attempt to fight with that arcane room, but he's silenced by Sev once again. X-Mark rise. It's a two-man burrow from Jakku. It's a perfect burrow. The torrent, the follow-up. Jakku is low, and Jakku will drop perhaps. No, the uphill mischance saves him, and now Nara will go on Dark. Dark has decrypted himself, but he's been slept by Flesh Canoe. Stomp will hit on Dusa. Can Flesh Canoe and Nara turn the fight around? Dark and Sasquatch are cycling the nightmare. Burrow comes in on Flesh Canoe. Flesh Canoe drops. Nara is still fighting. Dark goes down. Mystic Flare drop. Manta pop. Nara trying to fight Triangle on BMTS, but he's been slept by Sasquatch. And now Jakku has Burrow again. The Dusa is stunned, and the Dusa is dead. Dark gets a posthumous triple kill, and now it is once again time to run it down lanes. Radiance. They have to buyback on Dusa, but just using that buyback is very sad.
I mean, yeah, he gets kited so easily by the decrep, and just like Dire's heroes are very weaselly. I don't know, the Sand King just like weaves in and out of the fight. I mean, you can hit the ET in the sky. I mean, you can't even hit the sky actually. He's got Force Staff Glimmer. You can hit the ET, and that. But aside from that, you can't really get to the heroes that you want to hit as Medusa. His game's super difficult to play. And it doesn't help that now he's even lower net worth than the sniper.
There's actually so many key buybacks on cooldown right now. E.T., Skywrath, Bane, Coddle, Pugna, Dusa, all on cooldown right now. That's 6 buybacks on cooldown.
Dark bought out an Octarine core. So he'll like last fight he had an Arcane Rune as well. I'm not sure if you called that, but
I did.
Yeah, that was like that definitely turned the fight into Dire's favor. This Octarine core means that you get access to permanent decrypt now. So that's like kind of a super big deal. Before you have the Octarine core, there's like a small tiny bit of downtime, but now it's like literally 100% uptime, even if you take into account the cast animation, which as I'm saying this, I'm realizing the cast animation doesn't exist anymore. They removed that in 731, but it's permanent. Very obnoxious for this to do this. She only has 1 purge.
It's hard. I mean, Radiant at least have the means of silencing him, but DP Silence, Kunkka, Orchid, but it's still hard to silence a Pugna sometimes.
I mean, he has no defensive items though. Like I said, the benefits of Octarine core, the benefits, or the downside is that it's not a BKB, so he can still get X marked. Like it's 37 mins, and he has almost 20k net worth, but he can still die to X mark the spot if he's caught out of position.
Here we go again. Radiant's looking to the Dire jungle. It's now popped on 2 heroes. They see Jakku.
Oh, never
But
mind.
the stuns are not there in time. They focus on Skywrath Mage instead to 4 staffs away. So now, Metaverse have dodged the smoke gank. Perhaps that could have been the key fight to turn the game around, but instead Metaverse. Look how far back they're playing. They're playing really conservatively right now.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised that they chose not to take that fight. But I mean, they did it correctly. Like they chose not to take that fight, and they didn't lose any heroes, or yeah, they didn't bleed any heroes, which is just really impressive. They were actually able to disengage without anything happening. That fight looked like it was going to be really good because the Bane like walked up into grip range of the sniper, but it's too hard to grip the sniper like that. There's a Skywrath Mage with this silence that's really long range, and there's an SK just waiting in the back with blink stun. It's impossible to get a long duration grip on the sniper like that.
Flash Dude's been trying as hard to get grips off this game, but there's just so many good cancels for it, so I think we've seen 4 different heroes cancel grip this game between SK, Skywrath, Sniper, and ET, so it's a hard game to use.
I've seen Pugna cancel Fiend's grip by killing him, I think, as well.
Make it 5 then, all 5 heroes. I actually did not notice the Pugna one, but that'll make sense. I mean, Dark is sporting a lot of damage, one can say, so it makes sense.
15, 3, and 20. Yeah, I mean, I was talking about how Pugna doesn't really scale earlier in the game, but with the heroes that he has, Pugna scales very well. This the ET aura, reducing all the heroes, magic resistance to 0, and the additional amps from Skywrath. The hero scales pretty well. I mean, this Dagon, normally it kind of falls off as heroes get more HP and BKBs and Linkenses. Dagon's not going to fall off this game until like way later than it should.
Pugna, great Dagon enjoyer because he has the right kit to boost the damage there. It's just between the cooldown reduction and the amp from the Veil and the amp from the Decrep, it's a lot of damage.
Dara's kind of like huddled up right now. They're playing a little bit I don't know what the word is. Like too scared. I feel like there's a better word to describe that, but I can't think of it off the top of my head right now. They can
They're playing very
definitely,
grouped, you could say, I suppose, but that's what they're doing. They're just chilling. They're playing as 5.
yeah. They're playing like I don't think they're pushing for as big of an advantage as they could be. I understand that Dark's on buyback right now, and so they want to make sure that they don't accidentally throw a fight where Dark dies and then they just lose to Deuce running down mid. I think they can be.
Well, here we go. Blake
Dude.
Burrow comes in on Keeper the Light. He's still half HP, though. So now it'll be an X mark there in Jakku. Jakku will Yules himself. Snow pops the Exo, running at Jakku. Once again, he was Burrow away to the high ground. Snow is still hunting. Snow will put Sand King in the air with his Yule. Silence. Earth Splitter. Will-O-Wisp both dropped by both teams. BKBs are active, but Snow is very low already. Can Dire bring the DP down? Dagon, Decrypt, Life Drain. The damage is just enough. Down goes Snow, and now Dire. They have played all the way back to this fight. Sev will BKB. Kog will BKB. Nara is looking to stone everybody. Sasquatch is low. Jakku is low. The Burrow is there on Medusa once again. Jakku remains alive. He's being healed by Dark, and Nara is out of mana. He is trying for more kills. He sees Kong. He sees BMTS. BMTS drops. Kong low, but in comes the Burrow. There on Dusa. Nara is dead. Jakku wants Flesh Canoe. He wants to keep Kong alive. Kong is low. He's silenced. The Illumina brings down Sniper. And now it's Pugna looking for more kills. He wants Sev, but in comes Snow, silencing Pugna. Burrow is back. It's there on Kunkka. Pugna is so low, and Pugna has died back. Now Sev is trying to fight in this 1v2. It's Snow and Sev fighting with Jakku, as meanwhile, Jakku, Horus gets brought down by Sasa, back to Jakku once again, he's still fighting, trying to survive. The lowest active torrent will hit on Sand King. Sand King is trying to run again. Sev is so incredibly low, 1/5 HP. Burrow, stomp, that'll do it. Down goes Kunkka. The fight, I believe it's finally over. But what absolute chaos in the top lane.
Sev had 4k gold at the end of that fight. He just bought out a shard, but he got like 4,000 gold from that team fight. That was crazy. I thought it looked bad for Dire at the end there. The Pugna died back and the Sniper doesn't have buyback because of money. If the DP had Exo, then maybe they could have just like ran down mid and took some buildings.
It feels good to be this good. It feels
Thankfully.
good to be this good.
They didn't have, thankfully for Dire, they did not have Exorcism up. But now that the game becomes a kind of weird stalemate, Dire like obviously didn't win that fight decisively, and so I think what happens next is going to mostly be on execution. That team fight, I mean, there was a fuck ton that happened, so it's hard to say like exactly everything that could have gone better, but I think Kong's positioning has to be better in these team fights. He was in range to get Stone Gaze from the Dusa, which you should never let happen as Sniper.
He was backpedaling constantly in that fight, but eventually he ran into the wall of the map. He could no longer backpedal. There's a wall. It's a hard stopping you backpedaling. That was his problem there.
He needs to clean up his inventory. Yeah, okay. Good job. Like this Veilstrap, he should sell it. Or the Diffusal Blade. Honestly, the Diffusal Blade, I think it's an interesting idea, but I don't think it's very good.
Here we go again. Sniper in the pit. In comes DP. Exo pop. Sniper grabs Aegis. Epi is the response. There on Snow once again. He's set by Flesh Canoe. Earth Splitter brings down Flesh Canoe as well. Back to Snow. The pop is BKB. Exo sucked. If Stone gets popped, he wants to bring down the Sand King. Perhaps the Sand King is still alive. Sasquatch is stoned, but Radiant being carried to the high ground. Snow gets Dagon down by Dark. He is stung and brought down immediately. Now Dark turns to Artorias. Life Drain. Not enough damage though. Now Nara will BKB. He is standing his ground. He wants to fight still, but his BKB is over. Dire, do not pursue though. This time, was that only 2 deaths there on Radiant side? Yeah, 2 deaths on Radiant in exchange for the Aegis. Not great there for the Canoobs.
What? Sorry, they still have Aegis. What do you mean?
I mean, they lost the Aegis, and they also lost 2 heroes. They got nothing out of that.
Oh, yeah. That's definitely rough for them. Kong's inventory still gives me anxiety, but I'm gonna stop looking at it. DP dead without buyback. It's kind of a big deal. Medusa has Revenant's Brooch queued up. That's actually a base item.
Holy, I don't.
Kong needs one of those as well. Like I was flaming his positioning, but I actually kind of feel for him. In all these fights, he has to deal with this 4-second cooldown decrepify. Like everyone's just decrept. You can't hit anyone.
Burrow off the mark. Stomp off the mark as well. But you know what? Radiant are good to sit back and cast spells. Problem is, so is Sniper. T3 tower mid goes down. Torrent hits on 2. In comes Stomp perhaps on Coddle. Never mind. In comes Burrow. They're on 2. It's Dusa and Kunka. What a fantastic Burrow. Nara will turn with BKB. Both teams pop theirs. Will-O-Wisp is down, but Dire have left. Radiant will chase. They want key kills. In comes Burrow. Once again, they're on set. Mystic Flare. It's on cooldown. And now, Jakku is beginning to run. Radiant got the Torrent Storm, but Sev is half HP. Earth Splitter is dropped. Sev is low. Can Sev survive? Yes. But no! The Dagon from Dark! In comes Grip. They're on Dark. Dark is being kited around. Nara is hitting with the decrep once again. Dark will life drain, and Dark is still alive! He's silenced. He's X-marked. They need to kill Dark, but Dark, the Windmaker from Snow, Windmaker! Holy hell! He's still alive! What a fantastic play from Metaverse! And now Kong, with 2 lives, is still hitting. Radiant, buy back Dusa. They still want to go. Sev leaves his base. He needs kills. He wants kills. But he will not find kills. Metaverse leave. And another massive teamfight win comes out from them.
What a Wind Waker! What the fuck? I didn't even know Jakku had one. That was the Wind Waker reveal, and he uses it to save his Pugna, who does not have buyback. Pugna's about to farm buyback though for money, but if he were to die there, that would have been huge.
Jakku, he's in again. He finds Nara. The BKB is still on cooldown. Epi drop. Jakku may give his life, but the Earth Splitter is there. Nara is low on mana. Problem is, he's still alive. Now Jakku is left. Somehow nobody dies. And Radiance, they do not want to lose. They defend more. 46 minutes, and we're not going to be done anytime soon, it appears.
Yeah, Deuce is about to get... Yeah, Deuce has BKB and ulti back up now. Did use buyback, though, so that's permanent damage that Dire got. They got 7 minutes now. They kill the Deuce, so the game ends.
Ooh.
But the game goes on, as you said. They didn't even get a barracks out of that whole ordeal. Good lord.
I mean, how are the range racks top still alive? They've been 34
Who's
HP
gonna hit
for,
it?
like, just anyone. It's 1 hit away.
Actually, Dark could have blasted it at some point. He's the only one, I think. But like, I mean, the sniper's not gonna hit it, and the ET is not gonna walk there and hit it and feed, or at least maybe he is, but that wouldn't be a good idea. Sky also just can't get there. SK might be able to get there. Yep, SK might be able to get there, but I think if anyone would get it, it'd be Dark.
I guess it's not that high value to the range racks in a lane where you have to equilibrium anyways, but it bothers me, this existing here, you know? This is...
The barracks are like...
The barracks are so low.
Barracks are not a big deal as well for like Radiant. If Dire takes megas, it's actually not that big of a deal. Like the game, it doesn't get that much worse if they get megad. It's the most important thing is that Radiant is at risk of getting thrown here.
Here we go again. Sev was gone
BKB.
on by Burrow. BKB is forced out, but notably, BKB is on cooldown for 70 more seconds. Radiant will glyph. The siege units are now dead. Torrents. I'm sorry, a 4-man Torrents?
That was a 4-man torrent.
I'll be... I've never seen that before in my entire life, but it's a 4-man Torrents.
That could have been a... I mean, no, the Radiant weren't set up, but that was a crazy... Yeah, that's definitely the most heroes I've seen get hit by torrent.
He just has expired. Here we go again. Lewis is there on 4 heroes.
Nice will.
Hex comes in on Sand King, but he is still fine for now. Nether Ward is dead. Jakku remains alive. Shrapnel, Nether Blast, that'll be up bring down the tower, and now in comes Jakku. The Burrow is there on Bane, or Splitter Dot, the Splitter is there, and Bane will not be in this fight. It is an exchange for BMTS though. Now Jakku wants 7 backline, 7 is half HP, but still alive. Now Nara, his Stone Gaze is over. He's looking to fight. Snow has Exo, BKB is over. Dire, engage, the Burrow, the Dagon, but Snow is still alive more. Now, it's Jakku with the Wind Waker, trying to escape. This time it will not work. Down goes Jakku. Nara leaves his base. Will-O-Wisp is there on Kong, but do they see Sniper? I don't think they do. Dagon brings down Coddle. Radiant leave their base still. Even though they have 3 heroes, they have the will to chase. Problem is, the abilities are lacking. They will now back to their base. But Metaverse 2 will back. Wow.
It only works on hero. Do you see that from Dark? That's funny. He dropped the ward and then pressed suck to try to heal off the cap, and he just sucked his nether ward, and he did heal at all. That was really funny. I'm gonna make fun of him for that.
I actually did see that as well, but
But
my
that's
brain
besides
didn't
the point.
recognize it.
This game's getting harder for Dire all of a sudden. Like this Medusa is still Medusa, right? So even if you have 1,000,000,005 ways to kite her, Hero's still really strong right now, and at this point in the game rather than right now. But Dire needs like some way of taking a good fight because they haven't even gotten a good fight for like the past 10 minutes now. It seems. Okay, looks like Kong's listening to the stream. He sold his diffuse blade finally.
Logical. Look at the Roshan pit. I can explain the clock finally. Okay, look at the
Okay.
Roshan pit. You see that like that bright mark in the bottom left?
That's when it can
That's
start.
8 minutes. The mark at
Yeah.
the far left is 9 minutes, and then it will show exactly with a new mark when it will spawn. So you're gonna see in a minute. This mark at 8 o'clock will get replaced with a new mark at like 9 or 10 or whatever, and that's when Roshan spawns. That's gonna be the clock.
Oh.
I figured it out.
Oh, how can you tell the minutes? Is it late? Is it literally
You see
just
that,
like a clock?
the minute hand, right? It's going towards like this. It's going clockwise right now.
Yeah, I know.
You see it slowly moving right now towards
Yes,
that
yes.
8 minute mark, and then it will generate a spawn. That's we had this question last cast.
Why is the clock like this though? Like, what is the significance of it being this way? Like, I understand that.
I don't know, man.
Okay,
It's aesthetic.
sure,
I
whatever.
have no idea. I'm not Valve.
I'm just gonna hover the button. Starts respawning in 15 seconds.
Yeah, Artorias attacks there on Skywrath Mage. Solar Binds
not bad.
arrive. The Sasquatch is instead Radiant Target, perhaps. Correction, both of them get away.
Remember?
Grip comes in on Skywrath Mage. Flesh Canoe actually has his grip uncancelled. Now Snow is low. He will die. Earth Splitter, unfleshed, and Flesh Canoe drops. Now Sev's trying to fight. His BKB is active, but Sev is solo on HP. He'll refresh his BKB and his Torrent Storm. But Kong has BKB once again. The water park, it is open, but Dire are still alive. Sasquatch is on the run, but he is still stomping. Nera is now slept. Dark, Kong, they are looking at Jakuka's torrents on the south side of the fight. Now, Dire, Dark, he will
The
blink
dieback.
on in. Dagoning down Sev, as you mentioned, that is a dieback. Nera will TP away, as will Artorias. Both will get away, but this is one hard defense. The range racks top. At long last, they have perished. And for Radiant, they are now in for a 4v5 defense. Burrow comes
Jakku's
in on
smoking crack
Nera,
right now. Do you
but
see this?
Jakku, he has stoned himself on the Dusa cold-blooded passive, and now he'll liquor away. Dark has arrived. Dagon is there, but Artorias is still living. Now Snow has bought back. Burrow is there on DP. DP is Yule's in the air, and now he'll be forced away. Dire have a low Sand King, but their Pugna is in. He's hexed. He's low. Earth Splitter comes on in on 2. Radiant
Is he
remain
on this?
alive though. Sasquatch is slapping. He wants the Bane. The Bane gets burrowed. Flesh Canoe is dead. He too will buy back though. Now it is Sand King and ET running at the DP. DP BKB is over. The Dagon zaps her down. That is a dieback. Willis is there on 2. Dusa is hitting. ET, Skywrath, both might drop. BMTS is dead. Sasquatch is still alive. Now Nera leaves his base. In comes
Wraith
Jakku,
pack.
but he's stopped by Flesh Canoe. Nera is still hitting. Kong is BKBing and fighting. It's a carry-on-carry man fight, but Dark is healing Kong. The Burrow arrives. Nera is forced. Dagon brings down the Coddle, and now Nera will attempt the fight. He knows he must fight. There is no way out. Grip is there on Cypher, but Jakku is chasing the Dusa, and the Dusa is dead. That is a dieback. That is a full 5-man wipe, and Metaverse will win game number 1.
Oh my fucking god! 53 minutes. That's with the pace that Dire were going at. I thought this game was gonna end like minute 30, but they kept things interesting. That Wraith Pact in the end of the fight, by the way, from Sasquatch, like Nera did no damage whatsoever. Radiant, it's like hard to notice. They didn't do anything about it. They didn't kill it. So when it came to that Sniper versus Dusa man fight, Kong was getting healed by Dark. Actually, I think he wasn't getting healed by. I don't think you can heal BKB heroes. I'm gonna double check that. That Wraith Pack, the damage reduction was such a big deal.
I'm tired after that one.
I don't blame
That
you.
was absurd. That was an absurd game of Dota 2. There's
Yeah,
no
it
other
was-
way to describe it other than that was... It was like a cataclysm. Just constant, everything being thrown around there. Metaverse. It was a tenuous win, but it is a win. For Canoe and the Canoobs, they fought well, but now they are back against the wall. Their land's life is on the line. One more loss and they're done. Ooh.
Yeah, good lord. Yeah, it's fucking. Look at the net worth at 10 minutes. It's just like all the heroes are higher than their equivalents right now. 3 radiant cores are top net worth. But Dire uses power, teamwork, and friendship, and God and anime, and they just killed them.
I mean,
That being said, this game was kind of close. Like
It
they
was.
were that far ahead, and they kind of almost threw the game because it does take a little bit of finesse to actually win those type of games. Now Canoe and the Canoobs have to beat Metaverse on first pick now, and then whatever happens in game 3, they have to worry about as well. Like that was supposed to be the game where they have the advantage out the gate from the draft.
We are waiting for Metaverse to take their. Yep. I'm in the middle of typing if they want Radiant, but they instantly tell me Radiant. So why is Rook in our lobby?
This is I don't know.
What is Rook doing?
Are you in a party with them?
No. How did he get
No.
here?
Not sure.
I'm not gonna ask. I'm just gonna leave him there. Screw it. He's doing no harm.
Is that okay? How does I'm not sure how does it work when people are unassigned players?
Be my job to enforce that, right?
Yeah.
What if I just choose to platonically not enforce it? Bring it back for the Cave 2 draft.
Yeah.
Uh,
Sure. I mean, honestly, that's why I assumed he was going to do that, but then you said I don't know why he's here, so then I
yeah,
figured that was not how it is.
we're adapting. We're adapting. I make sure the lobby settings are correct real fast, but they're correct real fast. I'm pressing this button. I'm sure it's correct. Ooh.
What's up?
We're not being joined again by Rook. Welcome back, Rook.
What's up?
Sup? You know what time it is, Rook?
It's time for game 2 of the series that's being played. It's also 10:22 Eastern time. There's a lot of times it is, depending on what time zone you're in, I guess.
What's most important though is it is time for me to grab some more water. That is for sure. I'll be right
Cool.
back.
How are you doing, dog?
I'm doing all right.
You say you're wing chilling?
Yes. Wing chilling. Did you watch the last game?
I watched like 20 minutes of it. I didn't actually see how it ended. I
Like the
got
first 20
corralled
minutes, middle 20 minutes, or what?
the first 20 minutes. I got corralled into playing a normal game. And then the enemy team was mad I picked Huskar after like Fun Zone people told me like they wanted to win and like I should be try hard. And I was like, and like the enemy team was like saying I was a Huskar picker. And then my teammates said that they didn't tell me to try hard. There was just all this lying and drama.
See,
I'll type drama in Twitch chat to like keep it up.
yeah, get the algorithm.
yeah, I'm helping that job, bro. Another Death Prophet pick. Nice. Dude, Sanking's high prio for Dire.
That's true. Yeah, they didn't even want to leave it for 5 pick. That's crazy. Whoa, Jakku Doom. Oh, look at that. Okay, that's
Dude, Pugno. Dude, if it was me, I would have banned Pugno. I don't like playing against that hero.
techies. I mean,
Bro, what are
I
you so
think
scared of TA for? Just pick Huskar, bro. GG. They'll go.
they
They'll
picked
GG out right. Oh my god,
they
Techies
picked
is
8-pick
base.
TA when they played last time, and Dark out a Rampage minute 15, and they won.
Who cares? Just pick Huskar. It's OP. Huskar's OP, bro. Well, that's all I'm saying.
What? That's true. Huskar is OP. TA is also OP though.
Huskar's way more OP, bro.
That's
I like
probably true.
Techies. Techies also sounds like it owns Pugno at every point in the game. As long as you actually like hold your E and like you don't like, you know what I mean though.
Yeah, I
Sometimes you
mean,
have this issue of like you cancel Pugna W or you cancel Pugna R, but you can't kill him. But like Techies does like 10 mil damage to him.
yeah, I mean, it's kind of hard to like blast off a Pugna.
Is it really though?
No, not really, but like he'll buy a blink.
Fair enough.
I think I played this matchup on the techie side, and I crushed the Pugna in lane, and then it was annoying playing into Nether Ward and trying to find him the entire fight. You can buy the Glimmer Cape, and I mean he'll probably just get a blink this game. Also, I think this is gonna be 5 Pugna. Like they played at mid last game, so it's like somewhat of a flex, but I have a feeling that this is like Sasquatch picking himself 5 Pugna.
Hmm. The bans are bans, so that's good. You know, like teams are banning heroes. That's like a strong way to win the game.
Yep, I'd say that's conducive to winning.
Oh, oh, we're on. Okay, I was gonna. I'll message you some shit later.
Interesting. Okay.
There's just it's not really it's not like actual drama. It's a really funny story that's Dota related, but it's not. I'm just not. It's not relevant for streaming in any capacity. It'll make more sense
Sure.
later.
Sure.
What was I thinking about now? Picks. Yeah, in Dota 2 you pick heroes.
Yeah. Picks and bans. Bans finish. That's not picks.
Dog, you're my hero.
Aw.
Um, I don't know. Honestly, both teams' heroes are kind of wonky, so I'll wait for them to pick another hero before I make really smart draft analysis. How about
They're
that?
gonna pick a. I'll tell you. They're gonna pick a 4 hero, and it's gonna be a BMTS hero. So it's gonna be like
Oh my
Rubik
god.
or
Sorry.
Shadow Demon. I'll pick them.
I was thinking about how about casting because we're casting right now, kind of, and
Uh huh.
there was some. I was tuned into ESL broadcast for a second, and they
I'm
were
so
saying some
smart.
stuff that was so dumb that I actually got visibly angry, and I turned off the stream because it's like, how do you get paid to do this? You're so you don't know what you're talking about. Stop. I don't remember who it was though, but I was upset. It made me angry. Rubik is a pretty good pick.
You can cancel blast off mid blast off. It's like a really OP lane counter.
Yeah. On top of that, uh, when you pick Rubik against Death Prophet, anytime you steal a spell, it's really good.
Yeah.
The fact that stealing Spirit Siphon is your worst possibility is insane.
You think that's true?
Yeah, yeah. The stealing the silence is the best thing in the game. Like,
Yeah, I
because
agree with that.
you can assuming you're good. Like, let's assume the Rubik player is actually really good. Okay. Let's assume this is like Schofield playing or some shit. You know.
That's the best Rubik player you can think of. Yeah, go on.
No, no, but I mean, okay. I was thinking of the first off the top of my head. Okay, leave me alone.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, so let's assume like Schofield's playing this and he steals silence. Enemy team can't play the game if this happens at minute 10. Like he'll just cancel everything he wants. He's so good. They still
Yeah.
Crypt Swarm 10 million damage. It's a good Rubik game. I mean,
Yeah.
I hope they pick like another strength hero that stands in front though, because like Doom doesn't really stand in front. Like Doom jumps on people, but he's not really like a stand hero. You know what I mean? And you have Rubik Pugna, so you kind of want a hero that stands in front.
Wait,
They
sorry,
banned
which
Wraith King, but it would
Doom's
have been
not a
the.
stand in front here? Oh yeah, yeah, that's true. Yeah.
I mean, Doom's not like if you like
You
Doom's
can
only a
buy
stand in front hero by the time he's rich. But the problem is like
yeah.
for him to get to the point where he's rich, like he wants other heroes standing in front of him and he just wants to doom someone, walk at them and then run away. Like that's
Yeah.
kind of like Doom's whole flow chart. Until he's like reaped and all that like gold, like he kind of just dooms someone, W's them, like it's a kill, it's good, and then runs away.
You jump on people. You don't like eat damage on Doom. People
Yeah,
used to
yeah, yeah.
buy auras and shit, but
Well,
like
like
it's not a thing.
that's why usually Dooms get like this the Shiva and like all this like tanky stuff like after because like
Yeah.
they want to become that hero eventually. They just Doom is innately very bad at it, but like the items are good for him to buy anyways, and like he gets a lot of gold, so like he becomes good at it by like as time scales on. I don't like this one Ranger pick.
Yeah,
The
me
rest,
too. Pugna's like the best hero on the game against Windrunner or something.
I
Maybe
don't.
Essie's better.
I think if this is like a support Wind Ranger who's gonna like hard rush Blink and just like land every shackle, it's probably fine. If this is core Wind Runner, they should just GG out.
I think it's gonna be core Windrunner. Or
It's inherently flexible. Both Sev and Artorias play it, and then I think Sev, Artorias, and Flesh Canoe all like playing Windrunner, so could be any of the three.
actually, I think it's gonna be Flesh Canoe techies. Yeah.
Probably, but Artorias also plays it as a problem, so it's hard
Oh,
to
okay,
tell exactly.
okay. I didn't know that. Okay, so then that's a possibility. Okay, so they got a couple options. I don't like the prospects of a techies Wind Ranger support duo, though. I must say.
The problem is, no matter what, whether we're getting the Windrunner mid or we're getting the Windrunner Techie support duo, there's only two options unless it's some real exciting new meta off meta stuff, you know?
I don't like this Lycan pick. I feel like it's fine. Like I feel like Lycan's like it's like a fine pick. You can kill these heroes and you don't mind Centaur that much because he doesn't like just like hop in and kill all your units. But it's like, annoying to kill these heroes. Techies, it's like really annoying to go into to try to kill him and to react it
Yeah,
and to
because he has
taser.
the disarm thing now.
Yeah, it
So
disarms all creeps as well. I'm pretty sure.
this is a great Lycan game in that they suck at stunning him, but he kind of sucks at killing them.
Yes, you can't kill Windrunner because you don't have a Necrobook anymore.
Yeah. You can't kill one runner. You can only really kill you don't really want to kill Centaur. It's gonna cost you so much time to kill a Centaur,
Yeah,
and you
it's
probably
hard.
shouldn't be able to kill him unless you know he's totally like on the wrong side of the map. You know, like Centaur's the hero that like you can't really solo kill because like it'll take you too long, and by the time you could, like the enemy team should have TP'd. They probably won't, so you can kill him, but you get the idea. Techies has
Yeah.
like a disarm, and Death Prophet like should probably buy a Ghost Scepter now that they see Lycan. Well, I don't know what role it's going to be. I guess if it's support, they should buy a Ghost Scepter. If it's core, I guess they can just get like a plate mail, and then go normal items, and then back for Shivas, right?
Yeah, you can buy the shard, and then you just like click it on Lycan. And if he keeps chasing you, then he's gonna get feared and he's gonna run away at dog move speed. Or
True. I
he's
mean, to
just
be fair, if you're good at Lycan, you can like dodge it in and out. But if the DP has all
yeah,
their stacks up, you can't. It's not gonna work. She'll
yeah.
get
I
too far
mean,
away.
because like if you're DP, you're gonna suck the units as well. Like you got this
I
big
guess
ass Helm the Dominator.
if DP is core and she rushes Yule, she'll just Yule's you too. Or like she'll use your creep and then like she'll E you, and then it's like shit too, you know?
Yeah.
This
I
draft for
don't think it's gonna
Metaverse is
be
honestly
DP core.
wild. I I feel like it's good, but it's still
Really? You think
wild.
so?
I it's a better draft, but it's still. I just look at these heroes and I'm like, man, this is wild.
I think it was better until they picked Lycan, and now I think
Same.
it's like 1% better. It's just that like it's kind of a really sussy Lycan game, but like the
Yeah.
other like
It
I
takes
mean
a
the
lot of
thing,
finesse that I
yeah,
feel like Kong doesn't have because he doesn't play that much Dota anymore. Like maybe this is 7.5k Kong playing every day, spamming pubs, breaking his items. Like maybe then they can win this game, but Kong doesn't play that much Dota anymore, so he's bound to make a few mistakes in the game, and
the enemy
that's like
team has a
really
Luna.
taxing.
That's looking a bit. I don't love the Luna, but it's fine. I guess it's okay. Luna's very good against Pugna, um, and it has a pretty decent matchup against Lycan. But Luna kind of sucks against Doom, and it kind of sucks against Rubik, because Rubik steals your beam, and then like if you don't have VKB, you die, and like you can't really hit Rubik ever as Luna. And they pick Necrofoot. Oh, this is a pretty
Sev
stuffy Necro.
techies.
Oh,
It's
that's
mid
big.
techies.
That's big. This is
Okay, so it's mid techies, 5 Pugna, 5 DP, 4 Windrunner,
Yeah.
mid Necro, carry. What is going on?
You were out, but I called the 5 Pugna while you were on break.
I mean, it
I
makes
think-
sense given it was a 7 pick, but still.
dude. Necro really sucks against Luna.
You think so?
Yeah.
That
I mean,
makes
like
sense.
in the game, not in the lane. In the lane, Necro's really
Yeah.
good. But they're not interacting in the lane, you know?
Yeah.
It's really bad in the game against Luna if the Luna player is like paying attention to where the Necro is. Because Necro can't really hide in teamfights, so that's not how the hero works. So like it's really easy for Luna to like ult you.
That is a stand in front hero.
Yeah. I mean I like it with the Doom though. I don't know, I mean
They have 2x decrep between Deathseeker
I feel
and
like if
decrep.
Luna like manages to get off to a good start and gets to like 3 items and then just walks down, they could just end the game with her team. Because it's a really good Luna game if she like, if you know what I mean. Like Luna's kind of a snowball hero. Luna used to be like a hard like late scaler always. Now I feel like Luna's job is more like to snowball really hard. And I feel like
Yeah.
this is a good game for to do that.
Yeah, you get the BKB time, you kill people, and you just like farm really aggressively with your BKB cooldown.
If you are just joining us, by the way, welcome to game number 2 of Metaverse Esports taking on Canoe and the Canoobs. Metaverse, they won game 1 in very long, very drawn-out fashion. And now for Canoe and the Canoobs, they are 1 loss away from elimination. My name is Badger. I am joined by Logical, and I am joined by Rook. Not quite sure for how long, but I will be joined by Rook for now.
Can I chill in here for a little bit?
Of course.
I want to see how this techies mid goes. Honestly, I'm pretty invested in the techies mid.
Understandable.
I can do the techies mid play by play, and you guys can do everything else.
I
He
bet
just
you
put
matchup
a
is
big word, by
not-
the
game
way.
title then.
Matchup's not nice for techies if the Necro knows what they're doing, because you like don't do enough damage to out damage.
How
like,
good is
Necros.
techies at like just shoving the wave and farming small camp? Like, is there a method by which the techies can just accumulate massive amounts of farm like the old one, or no?
Yeah, you can, but you need like a couple of levels. I think at level 5 you can sticky bomb the wave and then blast off on it and it one shots. But like proximity mines don't one shot creep waves anymore, and it's kind of obnoxious to farm the small camp unless you have proximity mines.
Dude, look at the tooltips on techies. It's like an actual novel. It is the literal epic of Gilgamesh, just written in proximity mines and blast off's description right now.
I can't believe they put all of this like on proxy mines. Hold alt and look at proxy mines. Like what is going on there?
How is that? What 12 changes? I think.
Oh
I mean,
my
they're
god!
worse.
I can't see the name proxy mines when I hold alt. Like I can't.
Yes,
actually see.
yeah, it goes off the top, right?
Yeah. Oh my god. Dude, this is
Amazing.
insane.
Thank you. Yeah, if you have like one of those, I think like 4-3 monitors, maybe it will be on there. But for us, it is not on there.
Did you see what Dire is doing? They ate the creep, but now they're just like hitting the creep wave to push it in. That's funny.
I mean, they're here to have a fun time. Certainly here to be aggressive in this bottom lane in this Doom Rubik lane, it appears. But yeah,
Fable.
it's going under tower right now. It's only one more creep
Necro's
left.
got one CS. Techie's still working towards his first one. He got denied. It's looking rough. We can call the game now. GG.
Necro is 200 health though.
Yeah, actually, what the fuck?
It took a lot of damage from sticky bomb and getting clicked. Like Techies does not have
He's
terrible
probably
right clicks.
it's probably pretty hard to last hit with them, but in terms of like you can so easily like auto attack the guy. Oh, dude, that lack of damage was so sad to watch.
I mean, this hero used to have like 37 base damage, so
That's
it's
true.
not bad as it was. So it's like you can actually see us with this hero now.
Oh, big last hit, big last hit.
With his items level 2, he got 56 damage. This is unheard of years ago. Genuinely unheard of.
Yeah, I remember people used to buy Orb of Venom on Techies so that your clicks mattered. I remember who picked Techies the first time it was in Cats? Kuroki, I think, or Zai.
There was the AUI techies. That was like a different techies era.
No, that was after. It was like right after Techies got added to Captain's mode. It was like Kuroki, and they played Tusk Techies
That would make sense.
in some DAC match that didn't matter at all, and they like crushed the other team with it.
That's I'm sure it's in the memory bank somewhere. That's like what, January 2015. That's a long time ago.
Yeah. Yeah,
That's a
it
good
was-
tournament, man. That's a good tournament.
That was actually one of the greatest tournaments of all time.
Techie's is getting dark pretty low. Like it's
Yeah.
actually might be a kill here if he lands this next Q into E. I think he dies.
And we are on first blood watch, middle lane. Dark will tank the mine. Blast. Ooh, he pump faked it. He thought about it, but did
He has
not
to
want
watch
to
out.
go in yet.
This is where Necro is the most dangerous. Is when you think you can kill the hero and then you like use too many resources to like try to go for the kill. Because like, I don't know. It feels kind of shitty now if you're set because you have to wait for your bottle to get to you and you have no mana. And Necro can just like stay at this low HP and bait you. Because if you cast your shit, then it's like, yeah, it's bad. You'd rather hold on to it.
There's some really exciting trading in the side lanes. I don't think anyone dies. Actually, Ruby might just die here.
Silence
They're
level
turning
2.
to Rubik and BMTS just dies. Flesh Canoe, first blood, and that's 2 games in a row.
Feels good.
Flesh Canoe and Nara in this duel lane grab first blood.
DP5 is OP, by the way, so if Radiant loses, they can blame their DP player, not have to think about it too much more past that.
He has silence level 2. Do you see that?
That's bad.
He's 0-1-1. That's
In mid lane,
That's
Sev goes
unhinged.
in, but Dark is fine. And now it's Sev.
he's gonna get silenced, dude.
Is Dark fine?
Maybe not.
No, he's
The
dead.
mine will hit. Dark
Oh
is
my.
low, and one more hit will do it. Sev. It's now 2 kills for Canoe and the Canoobs, and we saw last game. They went off to a very hot start, and now game 2. Back-to-back hot starts.
Yeah. I think he actually had that solo kill, but the DB did walk in and click silence.
I love that we're just here with this DP silence, and she's actually making it work right now. Fresh News is an absolute madman.
Oh, don't get it twisted. The silence didn't do anything in that gig, but I do think it's funny. He did get silenced. Like, that is an undeniable fact.
We can agree on that
He-
one, yeah.
He already casted Death Pulse with the silence hit, but he could not cast spells if he had a refresher.
I mean, that also is true, you're right.
That's
That is technically correct.
What's the techies mid build? I feel like Dog probably knows like the
Evelyn.
optimized routes. Like what's the exact build up?
okay. So you go like Kaya, and then Shard, and then E-Blade, and then Aether Lens, and then like eventually you buy a Blink. Dark Side again.
Whoa, Sev! That was without
Sev
the
knows what
Ultimines.
he's doing.
Maybe he does. Wow.
Now the Techie Storm's really fast at this point once you hit level 6, and now it's like pretty shitty for Dark. He like kind of fell behind already, and he isn't really the most equipped to deal with this Techies. I think he should have bought raindrops, but now it gets really annoying for him.
Tackle
And
hits on Sasquatch, in the hook stomp, into double edge, down goes Pug in the top lane. That's 4 kills now on the board, and there's nothing, a goose egg, for Metaverse Esports.
All these lanes look kind of bad for Metaverse. The Centaur's about to finish a Vanguard minute 5, which is pretty good timing. We've been talking about mid a lot, so I don't need to elaborate too much. And this bottom lane as well. They got First Blood, and then Luna has been farming fine. It's very hard to pressure with Doom, I feel like. When you hit level 6, you make the carry leave, but before that, yeah, I feel like most times it's just a trade farm with this hero.
Thought Flash Canoe go in there with his silence. Both Jakku and Flash Canoe took a lot of damage there, but nobody will die. For now.
I love the mana burn creep, by the way, he has on Doom. I don't think it's very good, but there is a period, like around,
Top lane, Sasquatch goes down again. Another Shackle and Hoof Stomp combination brings down the Pug, man.
it takes no damage.
Centaur right now with the Vanguard is just not taking damage.
Okay, so back to the yeah. I mean, this top lane is kind of fucked at this point. Like the Lycan's not going to be able to kill him because the Centaur's having a good game. The mana burn creep though, I think like around Reach GG when that was a thing, there was this Doom mid player on US East who just like only picked Doom, and I tried to pick OD because I thought that was the best counter, and OD was like the only matchup that he played differently. He'd get the Hellbearer Smasher creep for all matchups, but against OD he'd get the mana burn creep and spam mana burn on me, and I always got owned by it.
We're seeing DP right now trading heavily bot lane. Both siphons were used, but to good effect. Yeah, that's a throwback. I haven't heard a name in a long time as well.
Mana burn or Rishi?
No, Rishi, yeah.
Oh, I see.
Guys, this techies is poning. Sev's the best player on US East.
True.
Oh, is he gonna get this kill?
Blast off hits.
he
Silence,
doesn't have the
and
mana.
TP
It's gonna right
just
click.
there in time.
No, wouldn't. Well, he needed to.
Gee, if he power shot on Artorias, that might have done it, but
Oh, that is true.
what can you do?
He's actually really low net worth on techies right now. Like he's actually bottom net worth of the cores even with these 2 kills.
His last hit's still not that high despite getting the 2 kills. It's really those 2 kills that are separating him from being where he is to being extremely poor.
This top lane's depressing to look at.
Yeah. We're seeing Kong. He's there and he's trying to play Dota 2, but Snow appears to be saying, you know what? This is my lane. Leave it or take it. And right now, Kong's taking it.
He's like getting the creeps because Centaur has trouble denying, but this is Centaur's just A-clicking him, standing in tower. Getting way more out of the lane than the Lycan is. Eventually he's gonna take the tower with not really anything the Lycan can do about it. If
You
they
can stare at him, I suppose, but that won't solve the problem.
bring like a separate hero that can deal damage to him and then they have Necro TP in, they can maybe kill him, but I feel like that's a lot of what ifs. I mean, he's like kind of he's almost in Reaper range. It's like 400 HP away, but that's a very difficult 400 HP to deal.
Maybe like Necro plus Rubik might do it, but that's kind of obvious if that many heroes missing. Over to supports, it's Artorias and Sasquatch dueling. Decrep hits on Artorias, and Sasquatch should survive for now, but Power Shot is up in 1. Salve is popped, in comes Blast Off, it's off the mark, but the mine Off the mark. Proximity mine is there, but instead it's there on Sev. Sev will drop, and now Artorias. Yes, wind run up, but he's on the run. He'll shackle the Necro, and he'll run away from the two Metaverse heroes. As that happens, we saw BMTS run at the Lumen in the jungle, but with the DP being nearby, there was no kill on the Rubik. Instead, it's Doom, Necro, and Rubik running a Flash Canoe. TP comes out just in time, and now Metaverse, they're taking a bit of control of this east side of the Radiant jungle.
Yeah, really nice play. And we're talking about how even though Sev had the 2 kills, he was behind in net worth. Now that Dark has gotten the comeback kill, he's like nearly top net worth. It's really far. I bought a Kaya. I can't condone this, but
Sev just wants the enemy team to get more gold so that he'll get more comeback gold.
yeah. He's zoning. He's swagging. He's techies.
Techies Dota, man. Techies Dota 2. Oh, that's an unfortunate courier death. That is the Bassy and the rear protection there dead now.
They can maybe kill the Centaur with the shapeshift and Necro ulti, but I don't think you want to make that play if you're either of those heroes.
He probably intended to be alone as well, but now he's being shadowed by his supports, both DP
Dude,
and
Doom is such a
top lane.
dumb hero. Guys,
It's
look at
5K
Doom's
net
net
worth.
worth.
It's
Come
5K net worth.
on.
Okay.
Come on, guys.
Max Devour. He's keeping top lane, speaking of Doom, looking for
0-0-0.
No, we'll get Doom, but Stampede was there in time. Now it's Snow on the run. He's still Stampeded, but Jakku, Sasquatch, Kong, they want the kill. Is there a deny? Is there a last hit? Who will get it? Jakku gets it with the Doom damage, and now he will tank damage from Flash Canoe and Sev. Centaur Stomp will stop the DP, but DP will be fine for now. Now Sev will blast up the Scythe. Will bring down Sev. One more stack there for the Necrophos, and now it's 2 stacks for the Dark Necro. As that happens, Jakku actually tanked a lot of neutral creeps, but Dark will keep him alive. They're now running at Artorias. Focus Fire is there in the Doombringer, but Artorias must run. Now Flash Canoe, he wants a piece of that one. He's fighting in a 2v4. Silence hits on 2 heroes, and now Shackle latches Dark to a tree, but Dire have all 5 heroes nearby. Flash Canoe has Exorcism still active, but she is trying to get away from Jakku and Sasquatch, and they have found her. Silence, it's once again there on Ad 2 as Dark brings down Artorias with that Death Pulse, I believe. Back over to DP. She somehow still has the Exo heal. Now Stampede is once again up. She was stolen by BMTS. Now Dire are on the run. Jakku dead. Flesh Canoe dead. Sev, he's back. He's man fighting. He's trying to go into Sasquatch. But Sasquatch with the Life Drain will bring down Sev again. Now Kong has the shapeshift. He's running at Snow. He's got Blink up just in time. Getting away from that Centaur who would have hoof stomped him. And overall, it's absolute chaos. Metaverse come out on top, but that is a big old fight right there.
Yeah, that was really funny. Artorias ran into the Death Pulse that was chasing him when he was at 220 health because he didn't expect it to kill him. But I'm pretty sure they...
Power shot!
Oh,
Whoa!
beast.
Artorias! The long-range power shot from Artorias. You were saying before that logical?
But I'm pretty sure the reason that Artorias ended up dying in that last fight was because of the Fairy Trinket Kaya that Dark has, amping the Death Pulse so much. And that kill was kind of a big deal because it gave Dark the Heartstopper kill. He got a lot of regen, that's what I'm trying to say, because he got a hero kill. Also, it's kind of fucked up, but if Necro kills a mine, he gets Heartstopper regen.
That seems fine. I mean, you get regen from wards, so why not mines?
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense, but it's like... That's like bad news for Radiant. I feel like that actually kind of matters in these fights.
Guys, relax. The techies is scaling. Chill. Right? We've got this.
I mean, he's getting more money, but he is not... Actually, he's similar to farm to the Lycan somehow. But now he is far behind the other course of the game.
Yeah, this is rough because...
I feel like if Necrophos dies like twice poorly, the game could get really hard for Dire. Because this Lycan doesn't really catch up farm super fast, you know?
Yeah.
Like from this point on, like he'll probably get to a decent net worth, but like he's not gonna go totally nuts while the
Or
Luna...
BMTS. That's a 4v1 in which the Rubik will ultimately lose. And now Radiance, Flash Canoe pops the Exo. He wants the T1 tower mid lane, but Metaverse, they want to defend. Blink Hoofstomp comes in on Sasquatch. Sasquatch will get silenced, but he's still alive. Double Edge, the Mine come on down, and that will bring down the Pugna. Now, the Doom arrives. Flesh Canoe is dead as Kong will shapeshift, running out more. As that happens, Sev, who was doomed, now drops. Back to Kong, he's still running out. Nair's Luna. Hoofstomp. Pump fakes, not quite there now. It will hit on the Luna. Luna is in danger. Scythe will hit. It will be another Scythe stack for Dark. Ends up being a 3-for-2 exchange. Pugna and Rubik for 2 cores of support. So for your Metaverse, you are very happy right now.
Yeah. Radiant like didn't get anything they wanted in that team fight, and I was going to agree with what Rook was saying like before that fight started, but after taking like that poor of a fight and Dire just get like the entire map to themselves for 20 seconds, I think that it's like...
Well, Hoofstomp is on Jakku under a tier 2 tower, but he is quite tanky. Artorias is low, Jakku will drop, and now BMTS hunts for a Fateful kill and power shot! The stolen power shot brings down Sev. It will cost BMTS his life, but that is one stylish kill for Rubik.
Yeah, respect.
The morale damage. I'm sure the morale damage from that for Canoobs is pretty high after that death on Techies again. It's a morale damaging stolen power shot.
I think I still like Radiant in this game, to be honest. Like the more I think about it, Dire, they didn't end the game very cleanly last game. I think this game it's going to be even worse. At least last game they had Sniper, but this game, the tower hit is Lycan, who like doesn't really hit towers unless you're completely alone.
Non-stop pop brawling going on right now. Dire for the, I believe, 5th time this game invaded the Radiant jungle. Hoofstomp comes in on Dark into a shackle shot, but Dark is still fine. He's silenced, but still fine. Dire will get the D ward off as Siphon comes on Sasquatch. Jakku arrives. In comes a Radiant side Stampede. Flesh Canoe is happy he is still alive. Now, Artorias looked for a focus fire on Pugna. It did not work. He now backs off. Both teams use spells. No one dies. And now Dire will continue their assault on Radiant's jungle.
Jimmy, what do you think of Luna's item build this game? I feel like this is like not optimal.
I think that Luna's item build is not amazing, but I feel like the bigger issue is that she like did the thing where like the Luna comes to the push and they don't even have ultimate skill, and it's like why? I mean, Luna players should just farm. Just go farm. Like no one cares about your like auto attacks in the team fighting. The 2 Qs you're gonna cast.
Here we go. Doom comes in on Centaur. Dark arrives. BMTS remains alive. Dire focus Flesh Canoe. Flesh Canoe is still half HP. Snow drops. Scythe brings down DP. 2 more kills for Metaverse. That is 4 stacks of regen for Dark. 18 permanent HP regen, and I mean, he is starting to ball out of control right now on the Necro.
Yeah, he's once he finally starts buying HP items, he's gonna be unkillable.
It's an ambitious play from Artorias.
I think they're kind of at the stage of the game where they're gonna really want people feeding into techies, and then it'll open up a Roach attempt.
Shackle in Hoofstomp. This time Hoofstomp's there on Sasquatch. So Radiant focus on 2 heroes. Both of them get away. Jakku, Sasquatch, they both simply walk away from the 4 Radiant heroes nearby. Now Dire ping out Luna. Luna is close to her teammates though. Snow has Blink stop. They'll fall on a shackle from Artorias. BMTS will drop. Now in comes Silence. They're on Dark. Remainder of Radiant focus on the Doombringer. Doombringer will tank the Eclipse. Jakku will try to lead Radiant away from his team, but instead the focus on Sasquatch. Well, the power shot from long range brings down Sasquatch. 3 more kills, but this time in favor of Canoe and the Canoobs.
Dire shot the fight really sloppily. Yeah, that is big.
Guys, techies. Wait, doesn't he have his item? Wait, what is he sending out? What's in his crow? Wait, where is his gold?
He doesn't have gold. What do you mean?
Yeah, he just sent out a shard.
Oh, he bought a no, because he had gold. Like I wasn't crazy. He spent gold on something. Okay, I didn't see that he bought a shard. Okay, don't attack me. All right.
No, that's fair. I mean,
I feel uncomfortable.
He is flirting with 7th in net worth right now. That's never a great spot to be as a mid laner.
No, it's fine. He can get kills. Like it's Techie's core. Like It doesn't. I mean, the fact that he's poor is bad, but like it doesn't really matter. He's level 13. Like he can kill like almost any hero in Dire.
Yeah.
He can kill 3 out of 5 of their heroes in one combo.
Dire doesn't really have a hero to carry the game either. So like as long as he just like kills someone and then dies and then kills someone and then dies, Luna will eventually win the game.
I feel like the most. I feel like the next pivotal moment in this game will be, the Roshan, but people in lads don't really ever like do Roshan when they should. So maybe I'm wrong. But like whichever team gets this next Roshan probably has like a 70% chance of winning if I had to guess. 80% maybe.
That's one of the big things you see between like high-level amateur Dota and pro Dota is pro Dota players are really good in general with taking Roshan early. Lads players, a little bit less so. Mid lane, Shackle is there on Jakku. Focus Fire is a follow-up, and now it's time for Radiant to run. Artorias pops the Gale Force. Radiant will lead, but Dire will chase. They smoke and shapeshift. Sev is the target. Kong is on him. Shackle is there on Lycan, but Dire are still hunting. It's a two-man Silence and Flash Canoe, but Jakku is on the techies. Blast off is stolen and used by BMTS, and now it's Flash Canoe trying to fight with that Spirit Siphon and Exo active, but he's just so low. Big stomp from Snow, keeping him alive for now, and now Dire. They have that in the one kill on Sev, and they will parlay that one into a middle tier 2 perhaps. Gale Force is delaying it though. Snow is in the middle once again. He's doomed on Centaur. Scythe is up though. Shackle is still there on Dark. Now Snow gets away with Scythe will bring down Flesh Canoe. So Snow, he's still alive, though barely. The stolen blast off again! Another kill for BMTS! Artorias, he's fighting the 1v5 under his T3 tower. He drops rapidly, and now, well, Lycan is in his happy place, alone with his teammates in the Radiant base.
Now they can take some buildings.
I feel like that was a pretty good opportunity for Luna to pour. I feel like that should have went really bad for Dire. They were like so deep, and like Luna had. I feel like Luna just like lost in the game. No offense, Luna. I'm sorry.
One more death for the side of a Canoobs. It's Sev. Techies. Jumped on by Jakku and BMTS, and now it's getting real tenuous. Metaverse, they're up by 7k, and an entire set of barracks at minute 21.
I kind of agree on that. Luna should have TP'd. Honestly,
I feel like that was actually really good for Radiant. Like if Luna TP'd like as they were going between the tier 2 and 3, you know?
Yeah, when the
Like-
TP to the tier 2.
Yeah. Also, just a side note, guys, don't buy Tranquil Boots on DP.
Just buy phase boots, no matter your role.
No, I mean you can. It's like you either go with phase or brown boots. Because sometimes you don't really want like you probably always go back for phase eventually, but sometimes you don't really want phase boots. Like you want the gold into something a little faster.
Yeah.
So I play a lot of DP5. I'd say I'm pretty damn good at it. And you definitely should not go Tranquil Boots. And maybe there's like 1% of games where it's good. Sorry, I'll tone down the toxicity.
At the point
Zev has
now,
an
though,
E-Blade recipe in his backpack. That's kind of depressing.
it is depressing. I mean, he's not far from the Ghost Scepter, but that's still very depressing.
I mean, Dire didn't actually take the Roshan off all of that happened, so it's still a game. Like,
Yeah.
and Radiant can. Okay, now Luna just needs to hit some creeps and get the
both
next level.
teams
one
have
ultimate.
smoke. It'll pop now. Snow's a two-man hoof stop, but is there a follow-up? Shackle's perfect there on two.
Sick
Blast on the clip. Our pop Pugna. Doom. They're both dead. Now it's a Gale Force trying to keep Kong Kite in the stun. Lycan. He's 1/3 HP, but he runs away in time. It's still 2 kills, and they want a third. It's BMTS. Hoof Stomp. Siphon. More than enough. The exchange is for Nara, though, who's brought down by Dark's Reaper Scythe. Now Dark is blinking away. Radiance. No, he's on the run. But that is one tricky kill. But they still want it. Power Shot Scouts. Flesh Canoe leads the way, but he has no Yule. Hoof Stomp is the lead. Shackle is a follow-up. Now it's a 3v1. Dark
Secondary
tries to
disables.
survive, and he will die, actually. That is a beyond godlike streak going to Flesh Canoe's DP. That is one very necessary teamfight win if you are a fan of Canoe and the Canoobs.
Okay, the Roshan still has not been taken, by the way. I'm gonna put that out there, guys. My prediction can still be true or wrong. I feel like whoever gets this Roshan probably should. I mean, they should just win the game. I mean, well, now it's a little harder for Radiant because their mid's always gonna be shoved in. Actually, at least if Dire got a side lane Rax, it would have been so much bigger. Mid lane Rax is so
Like
bad.
bottom. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, even having top is better because then you can like then you can like gank people on it really easily, you know. and like you can have some split push bottom pretty easily. Like you can have your Lycan just send his wolves down there, right? And then mid Rex is so shit actually. It's excuse my language, Badger. I'm really sorry.
I mean, the
I'm
mid
trying to
racks. Luckily for you, the mid racks can't get too offended. It's too busy being dead, so it can't hear your insults.
That's good. I'm really glad to hear that. Dude, this Luna should get shard, man. Your Q is so good this game.
It's
I guess-
it's
I
only
guess Luna
first
just-
Roche, saving it for second Roche.
Okay, okay.
Minute 55.
That's ordinarily what you'd often do in a lot of these carries is you wait out the second Roshan for the shard, ideally, but
Well, I think that happens in pro games because the second Roche is like done by like 20,
Now.
25
right
minutes.
around now, it's
Yeah.
usually around second Roshan time. But this is, I would say we're in first Roche territory, but neither team seem to want to go in there, so it's an indefinite value. We don't wait. The wolves, they're in the pits.
I can see they're in there.
We're waiting on Roshan. Because there were, I think, 3 Roshans last game, right? 2 or 3?
Not sure.
I can't remember.
Definitely 2. Question is, was there
I
a
think
third?
Roche is a fake objective, honestly.
Yeah.
Well, Radiant Smoke as 4. They find
Government
Jakku.
ploy.
Big kill if they can get him. Shackle. Silence. The narrow damage. Isn't enough, though, for get to Jakku. No, it is not. He BKBs, but he has not doomed yet. Now, Radiant pursue looking for Sasquatch. Kong will shapeshift, focusing the Luna, but Luna remains alive. Shackle will miss. Sev blasts off. Stunning Dark, but Sev will get doomed and brought down. Back to Sasquatch. He dives to Snow, but Radiant focus on Kong. Kong, he's juking and diving and running, but his wolves and units are still fighting. Lift comes in on the Centaur. Centaur is a very tanky man, though. Dark looks to damage him. Shackle comes in from Artorias to Dark, but Dark is now silenced. Gale Force hits on 3, and the stop is there on 2. Necro is low, but Necro is still alive. Jakku is in. Scythe brings down Snow, and now Dire have brought down one big core who instantly buys back. Dire pursue onto the DP. DP is decrept and fade bolted down, and Dire pursue 4 more. They see Nera and Artorias on the way, but they are just too fast, and now, at minute 26, it's time for our favorite quote-unquote fate objective, Roshan. Fake objective, but
You did great, Badger. Don't let us get you down.
I'm getting myself down. I'm letting you get me down.
I can see Dire throwing with the Sages. The Luna didn't die. Luna hasn't died enough.
Luna really needs shard though. The shard is really good.
Yeah. Especially because these fights, just like being able to poke is really nice. 'Cause
Yeah,
both
especially
teams
against
have to
Pugna.
go.
Oh wait, dude, they do Roshan so slowly. Oh my god, wait, this Roshan is not even
Yeah,
there.
I mean, Dire have found the Centaur. If he dies again, it's a dieback. Centaur is lifted. He's half HP. Is there the damage? Stampede, pop. Centaur on the run, but he's stunned again. Centaur is so low, and Centaur is dead with a dieback. And Stampede is even stolen by BMTS now. Metaverse. They smell the blood in the water. Nay, it is hemorrhaging into the water. The sharks, they are circling. And they have completely coalesced in this Roshan pit. Flesh Canoe looks for the Aegis. He has Force Staff. He will not get it. Instead, Dire Stampede onto Artorias and Nera. Eclipse is the response, but Nera is doing no damage. Sasquatch dead. BMTS low. Flesh Canoe will barely bring him down, and now Dire want bigger kills. They want Sev. They want vengeance, and Sev will perish perhaps under his tier 2 tower as Flesh Canoe gets brought down by Jakku and Kong. Sev at long last drops, and Radiance have 2 defenders. It is Luna, and it is the Wind Ranger. And Dire will have 4 lives to work with now.
Luna still hasn't died.
Luna can get her 20 talent and buy her shard and ping the enemy heroes a lot of tower.
It's true. I think she needs some damage right now, though, like a Chrysalis or something.
I think she does as well, but the problem is they're gonna go high ground, and Crystals doesn't really help you in their high ground. Like she kind of needs both.
I think he should buy the shard right now, but I think he should get a Chrysalis after. He's doing reverse order. I also don't like this, but it's better than Satanic
Well, the
Butterfly.
thing is, Dire isn't gonna hit their buildings right now, it appears, so it doesn't really matter, I guess.
It works better for him, actually, in that case.
I wonder what Dire's farming for.
I think they're farming for money, not for any like actual purpose. They're just here to farm. They're here to gain
Based,
a
I
lead.
like it.
Who has an Eternal Shroud?
Wait,
Who does Doom?
Doom?
Yeah.
Huh.
Honestly, honestly, it's a decent choice here. No cap, it's all right. I mean, you probably should buy his team a pipe. Actually, honestly, what am I saying? I mean, I don't know. It's kind of chat. I like it.
What is
Usually
like a-
pipe's really bad.
This item is bad.
Eternal Shroud.
Yeah.
Yeah, Shroud and
Yeah.
Pipe basically the exact same cost, so we chose Shroud over Pipe.
Well, there's a few heroes that Shroud is really good on.
Yeah.
But in very select games, like Leshrac, Timbersaw, Necro, in select games, it's kind of a peon, but like those are very specific heroes in very specific games. And Doom is like, I mean, it's really Chad, so I kind of like it, but like he probably should just.
Well,
have
it's a
something else.
Shackle Hoof Stomp there on Dark. Dark is silenced, but that man is nigh unkillable right now. 2 lives. Shackle this time does not latch. Dark will Scythe on Artorias. Artorias will drop, though, not to the Scythe. Now, Radiant have Glyph, but notably, this wave bottom is still alive. The Glyph did not kill it. Jakku is in. He finds Flesh Canoe and Snow. The 2-man hoof stop. The Doom comes in on Centaur once again. Centaur is kited. His life will be forfeit, as is the DP. Flesh Canoe is the 1-man with the buyback, and now it's a 5v3 defense. Nera leads the way. Sev has a 2-man stun. Eclipse is popped. Cog will drop, and now Radiant want more kills. They see Dark, but Dire on the run. The drum is popped. Now Dire double back again. They want to go on Sev. Dark blinks in. Sev is low. Dark is dropping, but Sev is dead. Sev has no buyback. Dark will lose his Aegis, but Nair and Flesh Canoe are in a nigh impossible defense situation. Jakku will juke in the trees. Radiant walk to the fountain as Dire actually cannot kill the buildings. BMTS, I think, blinks into the fountain in this case, and now the Dark Spot are still alive. Shackle is there on 2. Focus Fire pop. Pugna certainly will perish. Now Dark is silenced. Radiant pursue. The Siphon is up. The silence is still active, and now Dark. Shiva's trying to fight, but Snow has returned to the game. Blink Hoof Stomp is in the cards. It is there on Dark. Dark is 1/3 HP. He's being hit by 4 heroes. Jakku, what can he do? The 200 button is touching down for the Manta of Nera, and now Dark will drop. Jakku will attempt to juke in the trees. He has BKB TP in 5, but will he live for 5? The answer is no. Shackle, Hoof Stomp, more than enough. That is a full 5-man wipe in favor of Canoe and the Canoobs, and somehow, some way, they still have the will to fight.
They didn't take any barracks for Dire. That was like very bad for Dire.
That was the best possible case for Radiant. Like, oh my goodness. This Luna might get the Daedalus. I mean, I think Luna needs like one more item after Daedalus to
Agreed.
like secure the game. Cause like with Daedalus, she'll just be strong, but she's pretty like easy to kill. I feel like this Luna could just turn around and
Yes.
like Q and kill this guy.
He's pretending that he has heroes behind him. This pause is actually bad.
Yeah, they're gonna recognize, like, wait a minute, we see a Pugna here, Necro is dead, Doom is dead. 5 minus 3 is 2, there can only literally be a Lycan here. Let's just kill this guy, that's what they're gonna say.
Yeah, that was yeah, I mean the Rubik was kind of doing something illegal, and I think Radiant might discover that fact of the matter. Let's find out.
Let's see here, Nera is turning. The beam is not active. BMTS can perhaps blink to the right here in time. They're not in range of Gale Force quite yet, so maybe BMTS gets away here.
Maybe this helped UMTS. Maybe he wasn't gonna blink away, but now he will. Like maybe it's actually helping him. Who knows?
What? Oh. He
Like-
was like, yeah, okay.
I mean, he might have just been
Yeah.
walking away though. You know?
Yeah. I think if this pause happened like a little bit earlier, then it would be bad for him. But I think
Yeah,
now
yeah.
it's like pretty whatever.
Do Dire
Well,
see
we'll
these
find out.
heroes? They don't see the rotating heroes. Windrunner, DP, Centaur, all not on Dire vision, but let's find out what happens. I mean, it's gonna be, if nothing else, interesting. This is definitely not the time for a pause, like, I tell you that much. This is like a suspense-killing pause. We're just
Drama.
waiting. Yeah, a little bit of drama this time, so we're waiting for.
Thank you for indulging me there, Badger.
What way is BMT? Is he turned to the right now?
He's gonna blink towards the hard camp. Get a little
He
past
is
it.
turned to the. He's turned to like 2 o'clock right now, I think. So he can blink up towards the hard camp. Yeah.
It's, like, oh, I can't draw all the games.
Maybe he
pause.
like goes right here, but let's see. Yeah, it should be fine, right? Just blink. If Nair knows where he went to, Lucent Beam stuns. Artorias win runs forward. Blink Atos is up in 12. Maybe he just dies on Rubik, actually.
In Gale Force range-ish.
Is he?
It's not in Gale. No,
Yeah, I was gonna say.
he's like 2,500 away.
Obviously, Gale Force is like over at like Steps area, which is still a solid distance away from the Rubik in this case. This is not the time for the pause. Please, I beg of you, press the F9 key on your keyboard. Return us the donut. I don't want to be. I need to keep going. There we go.
Kong's game has been kind of off. Like this game, just because he missed his timings, and I think that's okay on Lycan if you have a hero that you can play around with the Aghanim Scepter upgrade. But he definitely doesn't have that this game, and so I think the fact that he's just a dog that missed his timings is a big deal. This show's just kind of useless.
BMTS actually will die after all. A couple spells were missed by Artorias, but enough of them were hit that the kill went to Nair quite easily. If you are just joining us, by the way, welcome to Game 2 of League of Legends playoffs. It is Canoe and the Canoobs back against the wall. One word lost, and they are out of the tournament. On the flip side, Metaverse are one win away of advancing to the next rounds. And that's where we are. It's a very tense situation. And Metaverse looking to defend their bottom tier 2 tower. Jakku and Sasquatch are set up in the trees. They may run into snow here. 2 men have stuff. Pushing 1 man have stuff. Jakku dodges it now. Doom comes in on Luna. Now Sasquatch and Doom are both in a bit of danger. Sasquatch is being gone out by the remainder of the Radiant team. He's silenced on Pugna. Pugna's trying to run. In comes Dark. Crop's looking to Scythe. Sasquatch now drops, and Dark will Scythe Flesh Canoe. Flesh Canoe's DP certainly will perish, and now Kong, with the BKB and Chip, is running forward, looking for more kills, but Radiant are running away. Jakku will use the Luna. Is their follow-up? Mantis popped by Luna as the lift comes in from BMTS. Luna is so low, but she's still running away. The right clicks, they're just enough. Jakku and Nara both will die. Now Snow and Sev are trying to fight. They're running to the right, towards the dire side tier 2 tower, but Dark has the Shivas. He has the Blink. He is in the middle of the chaos. Sev TP's away just in time, dodging the stolen hoof stomp by BMTS, and somehow, someway, Snow also blinks and TP's away. So Canoobs, they certainly lose the fight, but it could have been a hell of a lot worse right there.
Yeah. Losing the Luna is kind of a big deal, though. That's easily the most important here. Archer's gonna get hit by it. It's funny. The Dead Seeker travel across the map.
Love to see it.
Yeah, Luna dies there without buyback, which is kind of a big deal. Also shows that Dire is capable of taking fights in a in the manner that they should.
We're just we're back to chilling, you know. We are back to chilling.
Yeah, Roche not being up meant that like those kills could only grant them so much. Like it was some nice net worth lead, but like, I mean, you know, the game's just like it's wing chilling, as the kids would say.
Sasquatch is playing in the danger zone right now. He is not too far from 2 Radiant heroes, but they don't know he's there, luckily. He's gonna walk away from the techies and the Windrunner and not die this time. As all that happens, we are seeing Dire make a very small push at the bottom barracks. Slight damage was done to the range barracks, a little bit of unhealable damage right there, but overall, Metaverse seemed to be content with grabbing a bit of map control, but Canoobs, they're not sitting on their laurels. They're smoking as 5 out of their base, through the mid lane, towards the Roshan pit area. Roshan, it is 8 minutes. It could be alive anytime soon. Snow will lead the way. He looks for a stomp, perhaps on Kong. Blink Stomp comes in on Lycan. Is their follow-up, though. Techies will be the stun. BKB comes out from Kong in time, though. He'll shift it away, and now Snow is looking to pursue. Meanwhile, Dark has found Sev in the backline. Sev will get dropped down by Scythe. Now Doom is there on Luna. Luna will drop as well. Shadow comes in on Dark, but it will not lash, and Dire are winning the team fight heavily. Radiant, they are scattering. Snow will cut the wave and get away as Dark chases onto Artorias and Flesh Canoe. Both seem to be fine. Flesh Canoe is TP'd away as Artorias has run away, but it's still 2 for 0. And Dire gets 2 important score kills. One on Techies, one on Luna. Techies has bought back. Luna has no buyback, and now BMTS is looking to go on Snow. Perhaps when he TPs. Snow is running. BMTS is on him. As happens though, Dire are in the Radiant base on the bottom barracks. Ranger Axe drop. Jakku makes the space. E-Blade comes in on Doom, but Lycan and Pugna and Necro, they focus on the buildings. Jakku gets shackled. Snow has returned now to the Radiant base. They want to avenge perhaps their bottom barracks. Snow hunts for Hoofstomp. As Dark is in the middle of the Radiant team once again, Sev is very low and he will die back. Now Snow is on the run with his teammates. Two-man Hoofstomp from Jakku, and now the Shackle will try to keep Radiant alive. Focus Fire is there on Dark, but Dire remain alive on all 5 heroes. BMTS arrives after his escapade with Snow. Shackle will latch Lycan to one of his wolves, but there's no follow-up damage, and now Dire, they pounce. They want the DP and the Wind Ranger. DP will BKB. Snow is low. Snow is dead. Wind Ranger will join him in the grave, and now Snow has bought back, but it's a 2v5 defense. Luna will join them momentarily, but Dire already have 2 sets of barracks. They look at tier 4s. The Lycan is hitting. Nera, he is now dodging Hoofstomp, trying to at least, but Nera is still being stopped by BMTS' stolen Hoofstomp. Luna solo, Luna's dead! Luna still has no buyback. Snow, he's the lone defender. He's running away. But his teammates, they know it's over. They have called the GG, and Metaverse will advance to the top 8 with a 2-0 victory over Canoe and the Canoobs.
They owned. These are some chaotic ass games,
GGs.
but they came out on top. I do have to a little bit take back what I said that Metaverse are like they have a high chance of like getting an early advantage and then throwing it, and they kind of did do that a little bit, but they were still able to come out with the dub.
That was fun. That was a fun series. Alright, so we are bringing in Sasquatch, the Sasquatch, for interview. Did I just add him to the call? Uh-oh. I pressed the wrong button. I pressed the wrong button.
Drama. Drama.
Shut up, Jim.
Why are you being mean? Drama.
There's no drama. I just pressed the wrong.
Drama.
I just pressed the wrong button. But we have we are dialing Sasquatch on our rotary phone that is Discord DM group calls.
Drama.
But before he's there, do you guys have anything more to say before that happens?
This series is pretty good. I should have paid more attention to chat. Actually, I know there's like a long delay, but there's a lot of discussion going on. Sea Stark, Bog, Connor.
There's a lot of cool gamers here tonight, but
Oh, he knew the game I was talking about, Tustekis. Yeah, it was secret. I don't fucking remember what the team they played against was. Maybe it was a Chinese team. I'll find this. I got time now. Take your time getting Sasquatch in the call. Don't worry about it.
He's just not here yet. We are now being joined by the victorious captain and 5 player, Sasquatch. Congratulations, by the way. How are you doing tonight?
I feel like you were saying that before I joined. I don't know how you did that. I was like so quick.
I am on my game right now. Much like your team, though. I mean, your team's on their game tonight. It's a 2-0. Bit tenuous, but still 2-0.
It's a little Connie. Second game, I got a little. We had some extra feed that game, and it was getting a little stressful. But yeah, it worked out. It's fun playing like nuker drafts both games.
You didn't feel like that about game 1?
Game 1 was like that too, I suppose. But I think it was just so easy to kite the Dusa that game. It was just like really fun, honestly, to play that game because we were just like playing kite lineup. But it definitely was close. Yeah, I don't know what to say. We were close games. My team, I think we were like ahead, and then we would throw, and then maybe that's not represented by the game at early game history. I need to check. But like obviously, Nero was farming both games pretty uncontested, so it was just kind of like if we're going to be able to deal with the hero later on.
So my question is a bit of a less relevant question to the grander scheme, but game one, you were playing Elder Titan, you bought a magic stick, and then you bought another magic stick. Break it down the process in that one.
I think it was like on my career and I missed it or something, and then I bought one and then I don't know what happened. Yeah, something in my brain malfunctioned. I also like took forever to sell it. I don't know if you saw that. I like kept putting it on the courier, but then I would use like bring all items, and then it would just slot back to my hero, and I probably did that like 5 times throughout the game. Yeah, I wouldn't say our team is very like refined at the moment. None of us have been playing very much Dota, and so Dark game one. I think game one for all these series, Dark has been like this is our warm up game, and like he keeps like dying and getting triggered in mid lane. He's like, oh my god, I can't believe I just did that, or I can't believe that worked. Those kind of things. I think he died to techies this second game, and he was pretty upset. He's like, I have no fun. Like he literally is like, I have no idea how this hero works because I don't think he's played mid against the new techies. And he just got like mined or something. He was like pinging the ability. It's like, guys, I don't know how this hero works.
He died twice to techies in the first like 7 minutes. It was a bit unfortunate for our man Dark.
I honestly I remember I actually was playing Dota with Seb yesterday, and he was talking about playing techies, but I like kind of figured he could play it, or he would play it, but I just like didn't account for it being mid. But I don't think really Dark cared. But then obviously he was confused about the hero, and that was troublesome. And Sev obviously has played techies mid a few times, so like he can definitely catch somebody unawares with the burst.
Logical.
He had a couple of deaths, but he still won that lane in the end.
I think he was favored in both lanes, right? Like Necro should beat techies.
That's what I said. Yeah.
I don't really know the matchup, but like Necro just hits creeps and farms, and techies kind of I guess does the same thing, but I don't know. I don't really like how the Q works for farming. Like because if the waves are moving, you just get griefed all the time, so you have to like wait till they stop moving to farm with it.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a little thing, but it's annoying.
Sorry,
It's not that big of a deal early on mid, but yeah.
Yeah, not really. Yeah, what up, Jim?
Nothing much. Sasquatch is chilling. Yeah.
Oh,
I have a quote from Dark, by the way, and I quote, BMTS makes it hard for me to root for my own team. Thoughts?
good quote.
Any thoughts on that one, Sasquatch?
Boring drama.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Our team, the last games we played at Dota were the last series, so like literally none of us are playing together, but we show up and we have a good time. It's just it's a little overwhelming in the comms, perhaps. There's some loud voices in the team, so there's a lot of chatter, and it can be stressful. Maybe Dark is kind of hinting at that.
Seems like you guys took a relatively conservative approach once you gained the lead. Like, I want to hear what your thoughts were on that in terms of like macro play, because it seems like you guys would grab a lead, you would get map control, and then you would just kind of sit on that. Was this purposeful, or were you just not aware of how much ahead you were, or what's the process in that one?
Well, against this team in particular, they I think there's like Snow and Bulljacks, those two players like just draft cringe high ground lineups. No matter who's drafting, like if they're on those teams, they always have some like high ground heroes. So like first game they had Medusa, second game they had techies, and yeah, it's typically pretty hard to go up against those heroes. Although techies I think is different now. Maybe I shouldn't speak like he's some crazy high ground hero.
Yeah, the rework makes him a little bit less potent to high ground defense, but actually makes him a good hero, so even though he can't necessarily blow your heroes up from 100 to 0, he's actually viable, so you win some, you lose some in that sense. But yeah, for Rook or Logical, you guys have any more questions for our man Sasquatch?
Do you guys make draft plans, or do you just like ask what people want to play and then pick accordingly?
There's not too much planning. Maybe some like the day of, but like I had no plans to pick Sand King until JQ asked for it, like in the draft. So that was not, it was like our first pick, and we just kind of went for it. Apparently the hero's busted.
Where was the drama in all this? I'm sorry. You should just ignore everything I say.
Want some drama? I don't know. I think
Go flame more players.
some people should try to like trigger BMTS, kind of like how people trigger. I shouldn't say their names, but there's like other lads players where if you all chat them in the game, they like get really mad. I feel like people should be all chatting BMTS and trying to like trigger him.
Interesting.
A little bit of
tidbits.
helping them out, giving the other teams some handouts.
Has there been any like banter? Where's like isn't there that one team everyone gets mad at?
Last
Like
last year was-
Smiley team.
Yeah, they're in the top
That's
3
fine.
now. There's been a lot of seething regarding that, I assure you.
Oh, there's some drama.
There's a
the whole city
as well,
also.
the whole city team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yesterday was obnoxious.
Oh, are they in the top 3? Who's the top 3?
They're a lower bracket. I think you better
Smiley's
play
in-
them.
Yeah, Smiley's in top 3, but Polar Ass is in top 8 losers.
Who do I play next?
I think you play Cuz team next.
Mm.
Yeah, you play the Cobb Brightside Fatalist team next.
I don't remember if we played them or not.
You did not. They were in the R group.
Sounds fun. I think my team will do 0 preparation and show up accordingly.
Banner Spirit, by the way.
Yeah, I mean, I'll look at the Dota buffs. Or the Cutter Spirit, the level 30. Sometimes it's fun to let people play the level 30 heroes, though. I don't know.
Would be bold if you did it. The last team that tried that lost the series, so you never know what happened on that one. But we are going to wrap it on up now. We're going to do the line. We'll start with Sasquatch. Congratulations on the victory. Thanks for the interview. Do you have any final words, call-outs, shouts to say to the people of League of Lads?
No, nothing to say this season. Shout out to the Canadians.
But we'll now move to Rook. Any final words, call-outs, shouts to say to the people?
Nah, not really. I like everyone. Everyone's doing really great. From
And of
I
course,
don't know.
Oh,
I just it's lads, guys. Have fun. Have a good time. Do this for fun.
Drama fiend.
drama fiend indeed. But over to our man Logical. Thanks again, of course, for joining me. Any final words, call-outs, shouts to say to the people?
Casting's always fun. This game in particular actually was like super chaotic. This is honestly like I mostly picked the series because I wanted to watch Dire, or not Dire, but I wanted to watch Metaverse. But these games were like really chaotic and interesting. I think this was one of the most fun series that we've got to cast for lads so far.
At this point, though, we are going to wrap it up. Congratulations again to Metaverse on their 2-0 victory over Canoe and the Canoe. Thank you to the viewers for tuning on in for what I thought was a very exciting best of 3, even though it only went to 2 games. My name is Badger. If you enjoyed my casting, I'm going to cast your games, cast your tournaments. If you are a pro tournament organizer, want to hire me and Logical to cover your events, contact me on Discord. It's badger5713 or on Twitter. Twitter.com/BadgerDota2. We are available for reasonable rates and are very interested. For now, though, thank you for tuning in. Don't know when we'll be back, but I'm sure we will be soon. And for now, thanks for watching, and as always, have a great night.